notebook. I could get it.
Here it goes.
Please
It's
don't.
like the Karma Sutra, but with different creatures.
No, it has Gary Gygax naked looking at a D&D manual.
No, I think most of the things are drawn in there. They're not actual pictures. No, I'm wrong. There are actual real pictures that are in there, real people. Yeah, never mind.
Interesting.
Yeah, I will find the link to the thing and show you. Yeah.
Oh no, that's okay.
All right, I'll just take a picture of it and show you.
No, we're good.
Come on.
We believe you.
Okay.
Man, I lost my keys today also. Not a good day.
Keys to what?
My apartment.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
I left, so during lunch break, I ate lunch outside for once because I didn't bring any lunch. I left my keys on the couch by accident because they fell out of my pocket and someone took them.
Did you check lost and found?
I did. I checked it like 3 times and I gave them my information and everything. I checked 3 different lost and founds on my campus. So I'm just hoping that one of the professors got it and they're gonna turn it in.
One of the professors is going to show up in your dorm room and wake you up in the middle of the night. You lost your keys.
He's going to ask you if you want to get an A or an A+.
Well, I wasn't going to go there. I was just going for shock value and,
Oh no, I was going to go there.
Scare factor, but
I know enough
I
professors.
thought you were going there right after the whole naked D&D bit.
I know enough professors to know that works.
Man, all my professors are like 60-year-old men. I'll pass. I'll take the C. I'm good.
I'll take the C.
It's okay.
Wow.
Do I really need cum laude? Nah, not really.
So we're on our way up to Trostenwald, right?
You get cum laude if they can come loudly.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
I've always found it funny that
I was gonna say you'll take the C, really? Yes, we are heading for Trostenwald.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to take the C.
What C are you going to take?
And where?
Yeah, and where?
Yeah, I don't want to take the C.
Preferably in my transcript and not in my ass.
Is that what they're calling it?
Things got raunchy.
In your transcript.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
And it's already gone down to the basis level, and we haven't even started playing yet.
That's all right. Jason's not
that how
even
it should
in front
always
of his
start?
computer.
Oh, okay. He hasn't heard all this horrible shit we're saying.
No, he's
That's
not in
good.
front of his computer. I think he was getting coffee. And we have been live.
And
Five,
we're banned. And
4,
we're immediately banned.
3, 2, 1.
No, we got like...
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, no, we got 9 minutes left. No. Oh, it's counting up.
Yeah, this is
We've
how
been
long
live
it's
for
been.
9 minutes. We're all fired.
Been live
I thought we've been live for 3 minutes. Where do you get
okay.
9?
It says live 9 minutes 14 seconds.
No, it
Not
says
on ours.
3 minutes 48 seconds. 49.
On the upper
50.
left-hand corner.
Yes, on the
Yeah,
upper
ours
left-hand
says
corner. Live 3 minutes
3:58.
50 seconds. 3:56. 3:57. 3:58.
Mine's 9:29, 9:30, 9:31,
weird.
9:32.
Mine's a different time as well.
You're just simply in the future.
Wow.
Hey, my son, how are you?
He's very disturbed right now.
Poop? Why? What's wrong with you? Is your poop broken or is your
No.
pooper broken?
I just like saying poop.
That is a cool word.
Poop.
By the way, is there any way to is the music that I hear coming from your camera or someone else's?
I believe it's coming from Jason's.
Okay, so do you just play it through your mic for the
He
stream?
plays
Is that
it
how you do it?
behind
Are you
him.
saying he needs to
Yeah.
turn it down?
No, it is actually being played as a shared tab within StreamYard.
Can I mute that somehow?
I don't know.
He does
Can you?
not like the music.
Or can
I
you just
don't
change
like
the music?
It'll change when we're all about to die. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry.
I just feel like I
How
like
do
my
you
own
always
music on my
get
own
to, we're gonna
volume. It's
die?
kind of weird and garbly for me.
He's gonna change it, and it's gonna be the music that he uses to kill us. I mean,
Wow.
combat music.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. You
And
guys,
we start the session with an encounter that kills Thyson immediately.
I'm honestly
Well,
surprised,
now
that- we have to
surprised we
spend-
survived our last encounter.
Time
I know,
stasis
right?
reroll.
And then we have
brought it up
to
at our other
spend-
D&D group, and they were like, "Oh my god, you guys beat that?" We're like, "Yeah, not by much."
Not
Beat
by
what?
much.
The murder machine or whatever it was
Oh
called.
my god, yeah.
What was that
Barely.
called? The
Terror engine.
Terror.
Terror
engine.
Terror
engine.
engine,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. You beat one of them. You ran from the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one almost killed us.
Yeah, because the
Pretty
one
sure
almost
we
killed us.
Accidentally beat that one too.
Yeah.
And we're leaving all the side quests of this town to go to the next town.
I know.
Oh my
I
god.
know.
The robotic voice of Sam telling all of you to get the fuck out of that shop was
Out.
great.
Get the fuck out.
Get out now.
Get off.
This
Get
place
out.
is death.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get-
It was almost like it was
Get
almost
out
like
now.
it was catching because the dude was in a time loop and we were, Sam was turning into a robot. We had to get out for our own
Yeah.
good.
Oh my god. And
We've
on
been
that
taught
note-
not to mess around like that.
Oh hi.
I was making up lyrics to that entry tune.
You're just vibing
What
to it.
lyrics did you come
Yeah.
up with?
Vibing.
Denizens and
How did everybody
monsters.
enjoy their Tuesday off? I slept like the dead. I was so tired that week. And I know
Because you're
it was-
half
I
dead
don't remember what
already.
I did.
I think it was like the culmination of the time change and the fact we were just busting ass getting stuff moved and kind of doing a lot of heavy work at the ranch. And I was done. Couldn't do
We're
it.
still busting ass moving.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. I'm building the cattery. It's half done. Then we got to
What?
move her cattery for the cats.
Ah.
What is that? Will you milk them?
Yeah.
No, that's a dairy farm.
Fresh cat milk.
Can you milk me, fucker?
You can milk anything with
That's
nipples.
right, and his nipples. Well, actually, even without, because
you can
they
milk
milk
meat.
almonds. They milk
You milk
almonds
meat
all the
quite
time.
effectively right now.
Guys, strawberry milk has to be vegan, right? Because you're milking a strawberry?
Yes.
That's right.
Strawberry milk is vegan.
For sure.
I don't. Well, it's better than a strawberry-shaped cow, I guess.
So many things I could say right now. I'm just going to keep my big mouth shut.
That's probably a good idea, Boomer.
I was going to say the reason why you feel half dead is because you're a boomer and you are half dead.
That's completely possible. That is completely possible. There is a little bit of truth to that. Oh my God, that was an interesting session we had 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? That was.
I don't remember that far
Like-
back
You don't remember that far back?
because I'm a boomer. I have a really bad memory. No, yeah, that was
Bring the burns
nuts.
on himself.
I think I don't remember it because I think I caused it.
You did.
I didn't do. Maybe
Technically,
just
I
a
think
little
Veldish
bit.
caused it.
Yeah, because she left us hanging, went off and sulked in the corner.
She ran in.
Who
I
left
felt
you?
bad. I
hanging?
felt like Veltish.
She's got
Did
no
she?
impulse control, man.
Yeah,
No,
because she
I'm
left the
pretty
table
sure
and
she
went and
felt-
hung out in the corner.
I
Well,
mean,
she is
Or-
tiefling in the Mara Valley. I mean, there's a reason for that.
I don't care. Well, I'm sorry, Tobias doesn't care.
fair.
That's fair.
Tobias is all. She left us hanging, man.
I also was the only one who protected the queen, so
Yeah.
So I don't really think.
Yeah.
I think she's like super powerful. So how much like help does
Is
she really
she?
need?
Is
her job.
she?
That's her job.
I mean, that is our job.
No, we're escorting her to see the sights. They didn't say anything about protecting her.
Didn't
And we escorted her to a bar fight.
it?
I wanted her to get the whole thing, of the whole majesty of what it is to be a tramp,
Slumming
an
it.
adventuring tramp, slumming it through the little hovels of this little world we call whatever.
Well, and then we got swindled.
Huh?
Then we got swindled.
Yeah.
Did
That's
you?
fun.
Can people who swindle other people get swindled?
Pretty sure.
I'd say
Oh
yeah.
yeah, because she stole all those books from them and then didn't have them.
I didn't steal any books. I paid for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
At
took all of our money.
ridiculously
Ridiculously low
discounted
price.
prices.
Not my fault he didn't price it well.
It's not my fault he
I
suffers
was
from
convinced that
dementia.
there was going to be.
If that's the
something.
only
I
shop
didn't walk around asking for all the magical items. I just asked for books.
I'm surprised that shop's even like that. That's like the only shop in town, so that must really suck for the town. They buy all kinds of stuff and walk out and go, "Where the fuck's it at?"
Pretty sure everyone knows not to go there now.
Yeah, that might be some truth there.
And his,
Well, welcome back, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Denizens and their Masters. We took last week off to fall asleep early due to exhaustion. 50 in the time change is, a unique opportunity. But hey, we're back. Monday night's Pike's Promise. Tuesday afternoon, Titans Revival. Tuesday night, Denizens and their Masters. Wednesday, I should be doing a creation session during the day. Thursday, possibly the same thing. Friday, we'll be here, or we'll actually be over at Lawfully Chaotic doing a show there with Brian, and Callista will be hopefully able to attend as well as we have a discussion about building player characters. And then Saturday, the Graying Lands, and then Sunday is an off day, Debtor's Gambit. There will be no game on Sunday as me and my lovely partner in crime are taking Sunday the entire day off to go disappear up at Idlewild and just have a fun little day trip of doing nothing but being silly and stupid. Because that's fun. That's fun to be silly. I'm naturally stupid, so I'm naturally fun. But hey, I just got my table approved for a San Diego con in the first week of May. So assuming
I gotta add that to my calendar.
Yeah. It's a Sunday 2 to 6, I believe, a 4-hour one-shot table. And I think it's the Pacific Con convention that's going on in San Diego. I think it's the first weekend of May. Yeah.
Well, the first Sunday in May is the 1st, and then the second Sunday is the 8th.
It's either of those two. I got to log in and double check the calendar. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Let me know.
Well,
I
it's
can
one
put
of
it on
those
my
two.
calendar.
And then I'll have to make plans accordingly. But we are back in the Menagerie Coast. The team having to mostly save Wildmont. Mostly. It took some time to develop relationships. Took time to earn a little bit more patronage through the Zahefe. Established a headquarters within the tower. They now preside over the Restless Wharf as they've brought stability back to the Menagerie Coast. They were then asked to help escort the Bright Queen back to Jorhash, as she had expressed a desire to see not only the immediate area of the Menagerie Coast, but also the Dwendal Empire that her own kingdom borders. It would seem that after the siege of Nicodranus was lifted, that there was a bit of an angst and fallout between the Dwendals and Zorhashian Queen, as they seem to disagree as to who actually saved the Menagerie Coast, therefore holds sway and influence over the Zahefe. But the team, traveling through the Wyvern Gate and up into the contested regions of the Ivory Heart community and the Syrian Green Forest, they made a discovery. A group known as which we'll get to the King and Pipe shortly, but a group known as the Order of the Aspect seems to be involved. They've also noticed that a familiar mercantile front used by the gentleman, the Tilted Scale, might be involved as well. The discovery of strange stones, strange creatures, and the nefarious goings-on that seem to have involved some sleuthing from Samara's mother, as well as a rather large group of militant-minded Luxodons trying to do their best to disparage, dissuade, and curtail whatever this activity is that's going on. The team stopped over in Atherby after speaking with Samara's mom within the lesser Uralak Hills near the river basin. Thyson, you're back. Hey, welcome back, Thyson. Good to see you.
Welcome back.
Taking some time out to take some time at the town of Atherby, a crossroads town designed to maintain the bridge that spans the Lesser Uralak River and leads directly east into the continued valley of the Morrow, and will eventually lead our team to the large town, almost a city, but not quite, of Trostenwald, which is currently the direction you guys are heading. However, there was a little interaction at the place called the King and Pipe, as a bardic band was playing, and Tobias became a little bit aware of some interesting individuals sitting at a table. He proceeded to angst and edge and poke and prod this group until they finally had enough. And we realized that two steel golems or warforged, still not entirely sure what they were, they appeared to be sentient, while also in the presence of a wizard who seemed to be, all three seemed to be wearing the orders and the colors of the Order of the Aspect, as well as some town activity related to it. The team started a bar fight, essentially.
The team? No.
We started.
Tobias.
Yeah, you guys.
We
Come on,
nothing.
you barbarians. I mean, just
She wasn't
can't even have a
there.
bite to
Anyone
eat
but the
without
barbarian?
Veltish starting all kinds of BS in the bar.
I'm pretty sure Veltish was outside when this happened.
Which promptly spilled out into the streets to a certain degree. And then the team found shelter in the antiquities shop. Earbrar's, Eason's artifacts and relics, where they immediately recognized these amazing low prices could not be passed up. But it was Samara's foray up into the second floor of the shop where she found the mummified remains of one of the twin brothers. She immediately convinced everybody to leave, and upon leaving the shop, all items purchased vanished, but the coin was still missing as well.
Lame.
Team decided to head out of the town known as Atherby. They spent the night.
Tobias was picking fights.
They spent the night in the mansion, I believe. And in the morning, somebody noticed Tobias sneaking out of the queen's room in the morning.
That's right.
She turned me into a minotaur.
All of you then left the mansion, heading back out onto the King's Road, and now heading east as you're on your day 5 of your Zohashian excursion. Day 5, I think, right? We're starting day 5?
Yeah, sure.
I don't remember.
Because you left Nicodranus, camped, and then made it to the Wyvern Gate, camped, made it halfway to Atherby before making your way into the forest and fighting the terror engines, eventually camping after that. And then on the 4th day, having the conversation with Samara's mother and heading to Atherby, leaving Atherby in a huff and a hurry, camping halfway, or at least on the way to Trostenwald. We now begin our 5th day of the journey. The team get up in the morning, saddle horses, poke fun and jest in Tobias's expense as he realizes his pants are on backwards. But eventually all of you mount your
Wait,
appropriate...
he wears pants?
According to the
I'm just
picture, he
kidding.
does.
Yes, I wear pants. What do you think I do?
Oh, he does.
What do you think? I'm Porky
Like how
Pig in
Samara's
it?
like, oh, look, he does.
What do I
Ask
do?
if I wear pants all the time.
What am
Come
I doing?
on.
Porky Pig in it? I ain't Porky Pig
Yes,
in
I
it.
think you're Porky Pigging
Is
it.
there
Where-
a hole for your
I'm
tail?
not Winnie the Pooh in it, walking around with just a shirt on.
Is
Yes,
it called
well, I
Donald
was
Ducking?
thinking-
I thought that was the phrase.
So, Tobias, when we get to Trostenwald, please do not pick a fight in the tavern. I want to go shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, you do whatever you want to do.
Why are we
No,
going to trust
This
him
is
again?
about
Just because the queen wants us to?
you.
He looks totally sated for some reason. Like, he looks
Yeah,
like
doesn't she want to like
all of that energy that's been building up in him is just gone.
She
A year's
sucked
For
it
some
and
reason.
drained it out of you.
Vanished.
Drained it out of you.
What?
Gross.
No, man. Gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
Who says you're a gentleman?
Where's a gentleman?
I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
gentleman does.
Yeah, the gentleman's in Rexentrum.
I mean a real gentleman, not the gentleman. That guy's a turd.
Okay, so
The beginning of day
So-
5, you guys are on the road, heading up or heading in deeper into the valley, heading towards Trostenwald. What would you guys like to do?
Can I survival check to see how long it will take?
Sure. Pull out the map. You have advantage. You know the area kind of well.
Yay, I like advantage.
I think we did that last time because I have a note of how long it's going to take.
Dirty 20.
Couple days. Weather seems
Couple
clear.
days.
Trostenwald?
Yeah.
You said Trostenwald was a day's ride north.
Did I?
Yes,
Oh, yeah. Day's ride north then, if that's what I said.
Did
because I have it in a note. We long rest,
Didn't
we
I have a
wake up,
thing
and
that
head
could
north to
speed us
Trostenwald, a
up?
day's ride north.
You didn't even know what day of travel we were on, so I don't want to hear it.
Because I
I
didn't
thought I
write
had a
it
thing to
down.
speed us up.
It's whatever the DM says it is.
So yeah,
Okay, so now
a
it's
good
5 days.
I'd say a good day travel will get you to the outskirts by early evening.
Oh, man.
Okay, do we see anything?
You tell me. You guys do anything during your journey? Conversation?
I'm sending Pepper up to check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my
Send
back
Ember
and
up,
forth, up and down the group.
Okay.
My shitty patrol because I have crappy perception.
Go ahead and have Pepper give me a perception check.
I would love to as soon as the stats get pulled up. Ah, here we go. Okay. Perception. He perceives 12.
Okay. The road mostly looks clear as far as he reports back to you. No sign of anything overtly nefarious except for a small 2-month-old flying through the air.
Tobias.
I was like, what? And then I realized.
Put a little mouse ears on him, he can be Tobias.
I know, right?
Aw.
Basically.
Get a little pirate outfit for him and then put like mouse ears on him. He could be Tobias. Yeah, he could sit up there.
Aw,
Oh,
look at
there's
him.
Tobias. There's Tobias.
I'd love to know what he's focused on, though. He's so funny. He fixates on certain things. It's great.
I know his little eyeballs isn't leaving.
So that, nothing overtly nefarious to report. Fire, do you send out Ember at all? Give me a perception check for Ember. Feltish, give me a perception check as well.
3.
3. Everything seems up and up. Absolutely nothing to worry about.
I lost my dice.
Lost your
Did we-
mind.
Did we decide on that?
What's
Did
that?
we
I
decide on
gotta-
what?
Like what we're doing in Trostenwald?
Ember's
Stuff, I think.
perception is 19.
19.
What do you add? Wisdom.
Between the three of you, the road for the most part looks clear, with the exception of the occasional firebrand patrol that may be out doing its normal routine, the occasional Crown's Guard patrol. There are the occasional caravans that are spotted as for the first 3 or 4 hours of your journey goes by without much of a hitch. No sign of tilted scale wagons. No sign of the aspect of the order of the aspect. The first part of the day's journey seems relatively normal, with the exception of the quiet Tobias. It's an odd sound, actually. 4 hours goes by with no nagging, complaining, concern, or worry. Just
Did
a
we
silent...
already talk to what's his face about the order of the aspect?
What's his face?
Albin. Did we talk to him about it?
I think
He's
you
like
made
part
an-
of the family, and is like that. What's his face? Remember him?
I think you made an inquiry to him about it. Either that or Feltish did. Somebody did.
No, I can contact the Cobalt Soul, but
Oh,
I
you
didn't have a
talked about-
direct
yeah, I
line
think-
to Albin.
Yeah, I think you guys talked
That's right.
about it.
But so someone would have to do a sending to him. Oh, I think Fire did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Remember, I even did the
Yeah, the finger thing.
the finger thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
He was like good information or something.
Right. And I think he got back to us too.
Did he?
okay.
Yeah, but like very vague. It wasn't helpful or useful at all, if I remember.
No, he's not.
Let me see what my notes say.
Once he got married, his shit went
Did we
downhill,
talk
man.
to
Okay, fire's our note taker.
He just gave up the spine game and playing blocks with his little kids.
How dare he?
No, I
Finish
think we
one.
only talked about sending a message to Albin. I don't think we actually did. Yeah, look at your notes.
My notes are garbage, so I cannot do
Swore we
that.
sent a message to him.
So,
fire. This is fire. Maybe we should contact Albin. And then
Was that last game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Sam said, "Yeah, you should send a message." And then I said, "I'm just kidding. I'm not telling you that right there."
I'm pretty sure you guys were talking about doing it, and then the
No, we did. What we did was for sure we did the message because I remember
We counted it out.
specifically saying what we were going to say, and we sent the message, and I think that's where we left off.
Yeah, I think you guys did it at the start of the day after you left the tower, right?
Yeah.
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 And then you were waiting for his response,
Right.
I believe.
Yes.
So when fire's ready, we'll do that. But what we'll do is we'll bring you up to date on a few things you might already know about Trostenwald. Trostenwald is definitely an agrarian community. Lots of farm and agricultural activity surrounds this town. There is known to be a large contingent of both Crown's Guard and Firebrand that would exist on within the town or possibly within the periphery of the town. It is common knowledge to know that the lawmaster that is located in this town goes by the name of Norda, and he is a well-respected dwarf of the community. It is also pretty much known for having a lot of breweries, and they also spend a great deal of time fishing on the Ustalac. In fact, the last time you guys were here was during a stormy procession as you left Zorhash some 5 or 6 months ago, prior to making your way
When we
down.
crashed in the lake.
when you
crashed in the lake
and nearly
and smushed a ship, a boat.
a small
do that.
tender that was being
It was not on purpose.
yes, that was being used by a halfling, I believe.
Yes,
Woo,
that.
he is mad. Feed me, Mom. Feed me. As you met a halfling that went by the name of Veth. And that
Crash into her.
conversation, huh?
You would crash into her in the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we almost squeezed her.
That conversation led you to understand that the town is broken into wards. There's the Lock Ward, the Hill Ward, the North Ward. For the most part, made up of 3 family breweries that reside in the region. It is a newer community, only settled within the last couple hundred years, or last 175 years. But it is considered the gateway entrance into the Zemian Plains, what they begin to call the greater expanse and the greater area of the Morrow Valley, eventually allowing you to reach Zadash, Rexentrum, and the general seat of power of the Dwendal Kingdom. But there is a notable inn located here called the Nestled Nook. There's also a tavern called the Old Mudhole Tavern. You would also know of the 3 breweries, the Bombach House, the Husseldorf House, and the Von Brandt House, all of which have their own bars associated with their brew houses as well. This place is also well known for traveling mercantile. It's a bit of a crossroads from the far east of the Grain Lands and the Pearl Bow, as well as the far southwest of the Zorhashian borderlands as well. So often during this time of year, great caravans will traverse through Trostenwald, selling all manner of items and small contingencies and general goods, or to some degree unique goods, harvested as from finds and other kind of mercantile activity of the greater areas as well. It is now halfway through this 5th day of travel. As you come up over the hillsides to look down in the Urlock Valley, spread out, you can see the large Urlock Lake. It's familiar to some of you. And there, built alongside its northern shore, you can see a very large community spread out near the shoreline. You're now about 4 hours away from reaching the outskirts of Trostenwald. What are you guys doing?
Well, Your Majesty, what are you interested in viewing while you're here?
Remember, we have to call her Leela.
Well, Leelas.
Yes.
Layla.
Yes.
Lelas.
Formalities will certainly get me in trouble. Well, I don't know. I mean, Trostenwald itself is, well, it's reasonably well known to many of the individuals that I have traded with in the past. It's mostly known, I believe, for its drinking activity, its agricultural goods, and I believe it's the caravan season, is it not? There should be a great many opportunities to make unique purchases as well.
That would be fun.
That'd be great.
Shall
I
that
need
be our
some
focus?
bullets.
I think that all sounds fantastic.
I would like to ask a question of Samara.
Yeah.
Your conversation you had with your mother the other day before we went into the town near the span. Are you comfortable with that outcome?
Not particularly, but my mother is a very hard-headed woman, so
Yes.
I don't think there's anything I can do to help her. She's gonna be figuring it out. It's kind of out of my hands at this point. My main
Well,
thing was just being able to warn her.
Fair point. I mean, I do plan on sending inquiries to the Zohashian mines as to some of those devices that we were using previously. I'm hoping to find out how in the world they've made their way into alternative hands.
Yes.
Excuse me, I ate a lot of beans for breakfast, and I seem to be having gas. I grunt when I fart. It's a trait that us dark elves have from time to time.
So now Lelis is the baby? Or the baby is Lelis?
We got to explain those grunts somehow. Can't see the baby, you just hear the grunting.
Well, you can't see the baby because otherwise you'd see me.
He is strategically placed.
He is very strategically placed.
See, here's his hand right here.
What? So Lelis, what was your take on it?
My take was she was not telling you everything. Was my take.
Someone she probably wasn't.
Well, someone entwined with a city looking to gain influence in a very difficult region of the world. I think she knows more than she's saying. Probably out of care and concern for you.
I would agree with you.
And certainly your friends as well, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, what? People
Tobias,
lying to us? What else is new?
Well, no, but Tobias
it's
does
not
talk
that
in
Tobias.
his sleep. Huh?
What did he say?
What?
Oh, nothing. He I should say he squeaks in his sleep.
Reminiscing about cheese.
He does squeak in his sleep.
Oh yeah, some dark creamy cheese.
Oh my God, what have I done? Anyways.
Majesty. Can't get enough of your love, baby.
You just watch as the queen just snaps her fingers and a cloud of silence just kind of envelops Tobias, but he doesn't hear it. He just keeps singing without noise.
Right.
I look at him. I look at the queen, and I'm like, "Thank you."
Oh no, that was terrifying. Anyways, he is fun though. He is quite the personality.
That's one way of putting it.
Fair.
That's
You have
why
been with
he's
him
my
longer
best
than
friend.
I have, clearly. What was the shenanigans back in that town all about? I mean, other than
I have
Feltish
no idea.
ushering me out of there, who
So
were those creatures and that wizard that seemed
They were apparently
didn't seem
looking for me.
interested in they didn't really seem interested in me as far as I could
No,
tell.
they wanted me.
They wanted you? Why? But your
guessing to-
station, perhaps? Your mother?
Probably to get to my mother, to be honest.
Interesting.
But, we did away with them, and that's all we can do is keep a stronger eye out next time.
Well,
I
they had the
don't-
Order of the Aspect emblem on them, so
Which is why we should keep an eye out for that.
I've been noticing a lot
that's-
of their caravans before we left that town, and they were
and-
involved back in the Wyvern Gate, the Wyvern Gate as well.
And that's what the caravans that her mom is targeting are carrying, stuff from the Order of the Aspect, isn't it?
Yeah, the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
All I know is that my mother generally fights on the side of good.
And they're
I
delivering them
think
to.
that if she is strategically attacking these caravans, it's for a good reason. It's to protect more people.
No argument there. I'm sure she is compelled to do the right thing. But
Oh my god.
when you think you do the right thing in secret, it can be viewed very differently. Trust me, 100 years of political shenanigans at work here.
You hang out with spies long enough, you just expect this stuff.
To a certain degree, Feltish.
Nobody tells you the whole truth ever.
And all those rocks are going to all those different cities, blacksmiths, so who knows what's going on.
Well, the part that confuses me is when we were discussing the fact that they were bringing in empty wagon trains to load up, and I overheard it sounded like the Order of the Aspect is based out of Trostenwald, was it not?
I don't know about that.
Is it?
I think it might be. I was speaking to some of the guards at the Wyvern Gate.
Well, that would have changed my bar fight a lot then.
How so, Tobias? You may speak now.
I didn't know I was going to go into the hornet's nest.
Well, I doubt they run the entire town, but it does sound like they have forges and warehouses and distribution set up there, and they seem to be acquiring as many wagons as they can get their hands on.
And the muscle to guard the wagons.
Maybe we
Yes.
need to take a look inside their warehouses, see what's up.
I think that would be a good idea. I have a plan, and I was wondering if I could possibly express this plan to the group.
Well, if you have
Do
some
tell.
plan, we got some muscle.
Yes.
Well, I'm a little too far from my kingdom to offer muscle. But
Yeah.
oh well,
So
yes,
we
we
are
do
the
have.
muscle.
True, we do have Fetish. She seemed to be the only one concerned with my safety back there. Found that quite interesting.
It's not true.
We know you can handle yourself.
Yes, I can. My recommendation is when we get near the outskirts of the town, which should be in a couple hours or so, I can cast a spell that makes it look like myself and all of you are walking or are making our way into Trostenwald. But it'll free up all of you to approach Trostenwald very differently if you choose to.
Oh, that sounds
I
fun.
think that's an excellent plan.
We're already talking about shenanigans in the next town.
Well, not quite traditional shenanigans, Tobias. I'm thinking of perhaps now we should focus on gathering some information.
Yeah.
Because our
infiltration. It's an infiltration job.
Sure, but our next two stops soon are going to be Rexitrim and then Zadash, and eventually the Borderlands, and then my home kingdom of Zohash. So I would like to gather as much as I can because the Dwendals have been foolish enough to allow something to come into existence with right under their noses. I would like to know more about it.
Side note, this is a DM question.
Mhm.
Would we, in our past experience being in Trostenwald, know where the warehouse could be, or will we have to do a lot of reconnaissance to try and figure that out first?
No, because you guys never actually entered the town itself. You stayed on the lake because you were in the airship.
Okay.
Most of your conversation of knowledge would have been what Beth conversed with you about. That's why you know some of the basics of the town.
Okay.
Would Veltish have any knowledge from the Cobalt Soul?
Give me a history check.
Okay, let's see what's the mystery here.
I'm gonna use my ring to change into look like something else for when I get going to this.
Okay, well, I have a +8 to my history, but I rolled a natural 1. So
Yeah, I mean there could be, but the Cobalt Soul does not have a station here, so you're not entirely sure.
Didn't I get advantage on history checks? Hold up, it's in my notes somewhere.
Tobias, the Queen leans over. Can you change into a bulldog? That would be fun.
I do. I have advantage on history checks. Can I check?
Yes.
But you could be somebody's pet. It's a great way to make your way in secretly, don't you think?
Sure.
Yeah, you can make a history check because of your connection with the Ivory Heart and
I
their
don't know. Can I use
concerns about politics within the.
That's pretty good. What do I have for history? Oh, that's not so good. I got a 16.
16? If the Order of the Aspect has established itself there, more than likely it would have done it in the area you believe to be called the Lock Ward. That tends to be the more industrialized section of Trostenwald.
So they're probably in the Lock Ward, guys.
And there are a series of merchants and other and other kind of like buildings and manufacture. There's even a place called the Jackalware Smiths. So there's probably a blacksmithy location within there as well. There's kind of like herb shops that are there, medicinal shops. There's the old Mud Hole Tavern is located in the Lockward. It kind of caters to the working class for the most part. If they're going to establish themselves, it'll probably be in that region, that part of the town.
Okay, so we have a rough idea. Do we want... Do you want me to turn into like a bird and I can go fly in and see if I can see the actual place?
Well, we all have our rings of disguise also.
Okay.
Yes, I remember listening to you all talk about them. That's why if I cast an illusion, as if we're all just nonchalantly walking or riding our way into town,
I don't have one.
You guys can use whatever magics you have
Polymorphy or
available
something.
to make your own way into the town. Just a thought.
Does what type of people live in Trostenwald? Is it like
It's a mixed
very
community of
diverse,
dwarves, and it's a mixed community as far as I remember.
The rings can't change our size, right?
That's what I was just wondering.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're not your size, but just what.
yeah. If you tried to be a halfling, you'd be a 6.5 foot tall or
Sure.
6 foot 5 inch halfling.
And Tobias would be a 2-foot orc or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be automatically on the halfling basketball team.
I mean,
But you said it was dwarves, and I missed the second half. It was dwarves and who?
It's a very mixed community. Dwarves, halflings,
Okay.
humans. Because it's not quite deep into the Morrow Valley proper, it's got more ties to the Wyvern Gate and the eastern edges of the Clovis Conclave Menagerie Coast influence. And because it's a heavily traded town and heavily kind of agrarian base, it's very mixed in expectation for the most part.
Okay, so I think it's a great plan then, Layles, if you use the spell to make it look like we are going in that way, and we use our spells of disguise to go a different way, maybe?
I agree. I think that is a good idea.
Especially if they're looking for me.
Well, are we confident that they're looking for you?
They
Yeah.
said they were, as soon as I popped up, he was like, "You're the one that I'm after."
You did deal with the wizard, but we were unable to get rid of the two steel creatures, the metallic creatures that were with him, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they bamfed out.
I thought
had
they stopped
enough-
working as soon as we blew up his head.
No, they what's that spell?
Disapparated.
No, it's a bard spell. And I can't think of it right now because my brain is melty. Dimension Doored.
Ah, okay.
Making my way.
Well, exactly. If they're still out there, they could be looking for me still. So, in
Or
any case,
reporting-
I think
Or reporting to their bosses.
exactly. So we should all. I mean,
That would
they know
kill
that
one of
you
their
are all
mages.
with me, so we should all be disguised anyways.
Yeah.
Fair
Why can't you
point.
disguise yourself, Fire?
Because I gave my ring to the tiger lady.
Oh,
That's right.
Wait, did I still have polymorph? I can polymorph you, I think, but it'll only last for however much time.
How long does wild shape last?
stupid NPC. I mean, that stupid person.
Wild shape lasts for 8 hours, but
Why
I'd be
don't
an
you
animal. I
wild
would-
shape into like our pet something?
I give her your ring, then wild
Because you're
shape.
the one we need to hide more than anyone else.
Okay. Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
But why don't you be like our pet?
And you
Like,
can sit on my shoulder.
yeah,
you want to
like
be a
our-
monkey?
Our pet, like macaw, or like
Like an outhouse rat.
I do like monkeys. It's a really good idea.
I whack him upside the head.
You could be like
Hey,
our little
Don't
chimp.
hit a rat. I mean, a mouse. Look, you got me doing it.
Okay, then yeah. So I give my ring to Fire,
Yeah,
and
be a
when we
monkey.
get
That's a good
closer,
idea. I like that idea.
I'll be like a little capuchin monkey.
Yay, I have a monkey on my shoulder.
Hey, don't you
Always
have
wanted a
a
monkey
giant
on your
your
back.
shoulder? How many animals are you carrying?
Well, Tobias is probably on the Bright Queen's shoulder.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
Ooh! Everybody say that once. Ooh! Yeah, I wonder what a drow mouseling looks like.
Once we find, we're still walking while we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we find the warehouse,
No, we had mounts.
Yeah, you're on horses.
Well, we're
Well,
riding.
I thought we were
while
on
we're talking
raptors.
to them.
You thought what?
I thought we were on raptors.
No,
What?
no, horses.
No, we're on horses.
I thought we were on.
We were on raptors before
Okay,
when we were
we're
guiding
on
that
horses.
caravan.
It was like a long
Yeah.
time.
Right.
That was a long
that's where
time
I
ago.
got-
Wow.
Her dementia
Did-
comes and goes.
Did you like go too far back in your
Pregnancy
notes?
I'm gonna I'll be like a half elf. With like just like super like blend in brown hair, cut really short, like very blonde.
Aren't you like pretty buff? Shouldn't you be like a guy half elf?
No, I'm
Not
gonna
really buff.
appear very normal.
Okay.
Normal. What a
I
descriptor,
want to
guys.
appear like
I'm above
super
half orc. I was gonna be
average,
like a human
don't
man.
stick out at all. Because like normally I have like really big, long purple hair, like black eyeballs. Like,
I'm going to turn into a dwarf.
super average traits, head to toe.
So Tobias is going to be our dwarf. Feltish, you're going to be kind of like a ropey, brawling type elf. Who turned into
I'm a dwarf.
the
Ah!
monkey? Tamara, you turned into the monkey, or going to turn into the monkey.
Yeah. Sam's
Fire,
gonna be a
what are you
monkey.
gonna?
I am going to look like a
What's
human.
trouser monkey?
Okay. Thyson and Asborn, what are the two you gonna try to look like?
I'll just change into just a human male, just a buff human male.
Okay.
Do
Thyson.
you look like your brother? Do you look like your brother?
Why would I
Do you
turn
look
into
like
my brother? That's gotta
Do
be
you
the
look like your
worst.
brother?
I mean, you definitely probably don't want to look like a Sinclair
Yeah,
at the very
like
least.
not that.
Okay, cool. And then
Thyson, are you there? Thyson. Hey, Thyson.
He's
Thysium.
asleep.
You just like look like one of your
Yeah,
past
what's up?
ones.
What
all
are
alone.
you going to costume as?
I'm going to costume exactly as myself, but with a fedora on, a fake nose,
A trench coat.
glasses,
You're
a
gonna get us
trench
all killed.
coat, and a mustache.
This is the worst disguise I've ever seen.
Do you make yourself
And there's nothing
look
under
like
the trench coat.
You
Sigurd?
basically look like a
You're yellow.
tiefling wearing a false nose, a false mustache.
Yes.
and a
This is
trench
just
Do you
as
look like?
Perfect. Yeah.
And-
Do you make yourself look like Sigurd? I think you should make
And-
yourself look like Sigurd.
No,
I
he's
think my idea is great.
tiefling.
And the most
He's a
important thing.
tiefling cosplaying as Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
No,
I want to be a 6 foot tall Kenku.
it's not
That's enough.
Inspector Gadget. He doesn't have anything under his trench coat. Ah!
worst costume.
Oh, you're costuming as a pervert? What are you doing?
All right. So everybody
Okay.
has their
We have an idea.
appropriate outfits in mind or mischievous looks. You get to
Tyson
about,
never takes anything serious.
says the rat. As you guys get within the general area of the Urdok Lake, you find a small kind of outlying forested area to kind of hunker down in, make your transformation. You watch as the Zohashian Bright Queen kind of brings into an illusion of all 6 of you in your normal forms riding horses. She gets back up on her horse and she says, well, I will get us rooms at, well,
The old mud hole.
no. And I know what you're thinking, Tobias, and that's not going to happen. The Nestled Nook Inn. I'd rather not be ranging or spying from within the place we have to spy on. If we're going to be in the Lock Ward, the Mudhole Tavern is there as well. And I'd rather not
Go to the
do
the
that.
hill ward.
So, I will go into the North Ward.
Oh, north.
I will be in the Nestled Nook Inn next to the burnished Bibliots, the general goods store, and I
Are
will.
you going to be okay on your own? Do you want one of us to go with you?
No, it should be fine. We want to keep up the charade. I will make sure that we acquire rooms, and I will make sure that we are clearly seen and clearly understood to be specifically in the Nestled Nook.
Do you want us to get rooms somewhere else so that we have someplace else to stay, so it just looks like we're there?
To be honest with you, I was hoping we could sneak back outside of town and cast Dyson's lovely little thing that he has, the Magic Mansion. I'm growing accustomed to that.
It's pretty nice.
Okay.
It is
very
pretty
nice.
It is nice.
But we could rent a small cheap room and then set the mansion up inside the room. It doesn't have to be outside.
It's like one room for the 12 of us.
I think an invisible mansion somewhere out in the middle of nowhere is better than inside of a room.
Yeah,
Inform me, send me a
have
message.
To stable the horses.
Send me a message or let
Although
me
the
know.
horses are going to be at the Nestled Nook. No, the horses will be with us.
No, because the
Oh my God.
pretend horses are
They're
going to the
pretend
Nestled Nook,
horses.
right? We're taking the real horses.
Right. We're taking the real horses. Yes.
Correct. We're
Fire.
going to be, for all intents and purposes, we're supposed to look like
Concentrate.
two different groups.
Okay.
This is very
Where are we
confusing.
sneaking in? We haven't figured out where we're sneaking in.
Well,
We don't have to sneak because we look different.
Yeah, but the whole point was that we would go in the front.
Oh, I'm
gate
sneaking
so
in
that
anyway.
We could go like around.
I'm climbing over
back
the wall or
entrance.
something. Like I don't even need a horse.
Well, we don't want to look suspicious. We look completely different. So we don't have to look. We don't have to sneak. We
Don't
look completely different.
Suspicious.
We don't want to look suspicious. We
I'll
look
leave it all
completely
to you
different.
guys. I'm just
I don't want to be anywhere next to this guy pointing to Thyson.
Suspicious.
Yeah, this is the worst.
Meanwhile, Dyson's standing there twirling his fake mustache.
Yeah. Like, oh, can I recognize that that's the guy that we're looking for that's in disguise? Yeah, roll with Forple advantage.
Horrible.
I roll my +5 Vorpal senses.
That's the same guy that was attacking us in the tavern.
Yes, it was. And he sees you
I
and punches you
recognize
right in the
him.
throat. And because he
I'm
punches you
going
in the
to punch
throat,
him
you
right in
cannot
the
use
throat,
any
too.
verbal skills, so your wizard is useless.
Yes.
So the Bright Queen just kind of nods, recognizing the conversation of people that are probably going to get caught. And she says, well, anyways, just let me know once you've figured these things out.
Sure you don't want to take Tyson with you?
No, he terrifies me, but good luck.
Does this have a wall around it?
No, there's no palisade, no.
Oh,
It's in the very middle
Scaling
of
a wall would be
the
suspicious.
entry point into the greater Zemian fields. It's not designed to be a fortress community or a defensive community. It's a mercantile community.
is there like a big caravan like area where the caravans gather?
From this distance, you could probably try to find one. Give me a perception check, as you are currently. The team is currently. The storm chasers are trying to get on their disguises.
Okay.
Does it change our clothes as well?
Would you want my perception?
Yes, I mean it visibly creates an illusion of your make from the perspective of what the ring does, and the only way people could ever determine that it's false is if they were to try to touch you.
26.
Yeah, so if they tried touching
Watch your
me
tail.
and I look like a human,
So
they're gonna touch me and it's gonna be furry.
26.
Right, and they're gonna hit
That's gotta be
both
real weird.
before they actually touch me.
I
Correct.
got a 26.
There are a series of at least an area between the lake and what you think might be the lock ward, where there are just dozens and dozens of wagons kind of in rows and parked and are in the process of unloading or being loaded. It looks like there's an aggregate area.
Well, I'm going to
Looks
go
like
over
there's
there.
an aggregate area of wagons that are being either used, utilized, parked, repaired. It's a good sized field of them.
I'm going to go over there and then go leave that area and go into town like I'm leaving that area to go into town.
And what do
So
you
it looks like
disguise
I
as
can-
again? A dwarf?
A dwarf.
Okay.
Are you sharing your thoughts with the class? Or you're just
No.
like leaving
Well,
us?
he doesn't have his own pony.
Ah,
He's
shit,
the
I
only one
forgot
on
to cast
foot,
telepathy.
Yeah. You can retcon that. I'll say you cast telepathy as part of your plan.
It's a ritual cast. Yeah, no spell slot.
Okay. So you guys are all, and what's the maximum range on that?
There, I don't believe there was a
Um,
range.
It's just where you
It's
start
just
out.
on the
guys.
same. It's on the same plane.
Okay.
Checking.
It's possible over any
Checking.
distance, but not on different planes. So yeah,
Okay.
any distance.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And it's up to 6 or 7.
10.
Uh,
Thought it was 10.
So I'll
8.
say
It's 8.
8.
Sorry.
So I'll say that the Bright Queen could be one of those people as well.
Yeah, that's good. And it lasts for an hour.
So
also, it will help because I'm currently a monkey. So
Yes.
So you're currently a monkey on the human
On my shoulder.
fire. Thyson looks like a Pulp Fiction detective.
Guys, I'm saying this
Asborn
in,
looks like
in
a
our
very
brains.
common human male. Feltish looks like a very ropey elf. All
Saying
of
this
you
in our
have
brains.
horses except Tobias, unless you
We need
use
code
Samara's
names.
horse.
Ooh, he uses Samara's horse. That makes sense.
Okay.
that makes sense.
Otherwise, we have a blank, an empty horse. Guys, we
Sure.
need different
Oh.
names.
Call me
I don't.
Tor.
Okay, you don't. I'm
I'll
gonna
bet
call.
you read that in a comic book somewhere.
You can just call me Kevin. I feel like
Guys,
a
what
Kevin.
do I want?
I feel like a Kevin.
Feeling like a Kevin. Kevin knew
What do I want to call the monkey? I can't call you Samara.
How about Sammy?
Samara.
No.
You guys are terrible at this.
Sammy the monkey.
They know I'm a
Tony.
druid. This is not going to be shocking.
What about Tony?
I know. I'm gonna
Tony.
call
He's not
him
a monkey's
Drew.
name.
My man Tony.
Drew for Druid.
His name is Drew for Druid.
Drew.
Yeah.
Tony.
All right, Drew the monkey.
So
Drew the
Drew the
monkey.
monkey. Tobias, what dwarven name do you want to go by?
Roscoe Stoneballs.
Okay.
Roscoe.
How did you pull that so quickly out of your ass?
We may have to write this down.
I don't know.
Sam is Drew the monkey,
Yeah.
but it's
Kevin.
DRU.
Kevin.
Drew the monkey.
Asborn is Kevin.
I am Kevin.
Asborn is Kevin.
Thyson, what name do you want to go by for part of this cover story?
I will go by I don't know, what's funny?
Billy Bob Stoneballs. My brother.
Yes.
Your
Yeah,
brother.
no, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Billy Bob.
Billy
And if they ask him about this,
Bob Stoneballs.
If
They
they
had different
ask,
fathers.
He's adopted.
are you actually going disguised as a goblin, Tyson?
no.
Bias.
I'm just in the trench
He's
He's all
coat.
He's
huge
fake
with the
nose,
dwarf.
fake
It's going to be like that
mustache,
one movie with
glasses.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Oh, yeah.
Twins.
Right.
So-
Whatever it was.
Twins. What's
Twins.
Yeah.
So with that, Thyson,
Selfish, what was yours?
Tor.
Tyson, give me a regular deception check.
What was it?
Everybody else, give me deception checks with advantage.
Even me.
Fire is.
Yep.
I'm
What
deceiving.
am I?
I got a 15.
What am I?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Oh my god. New dice.
Ooh, that's
My
nice.
name's Athena.
Deception.
My name is
I
Athena.
got a
Like
19.
the goddess.
Yes, like the goddess.
I got a 13.
Man, you could
Nice.
have gone with a cool name like Tony, and you went with Athena.
Fight
Tobias,
me.
what'd
I'm a
you
girl. I'm a
Okay,
girl.
man.
Third in the Tony.
Hold on,
I got
guys.
it.
Hold on.
24.
Tobias, what'd you get?
A 13.
13. Sam, 19. Tyson,
Feltish, what
15.
name are you
Tobias,
using?
13.
Tor.
Feltish, what'd you get?
9.
Okay.
Tor.
Tor.
I got an 18.
18 for fire. And Asborn, what'd you get?
I got 24.
Okay, I'm coming.
You
I
are
am
the
very
most simple looking Kevin anyone's ever seen.
I am the Kevin Newman.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep bumping into things that not a body.
So with this, you guys put together perspective disguises, mount your horses, and begin to come out of the covered area of the forest tree line and coming out onto the grassy hills that are leading down into the Trostenwald. Because you're coming near the lakeside, you can see where the Lockward takes up the entire district between the lake, where you can see all the wagon trains kind of lined up and being utilized. And you can see stacks of smoke and machinery and fire and industry kind of in this area as well. That seems to match to the description that you'd expect. Coming in from this direction, you're coming in from the north ward. And as you get a little bit closer, you can see the different family breweries, the bars kind of attached to them, the great grain silos in the back, and the great fermentation casks kind of all out in the open. And you can kind of smell the malty, sweet smell of the breweries. The roads are busy. There's lots of people coming and going. A lot of trade is happening. Everybody go ahead and give me perception checks.
I am not very.
Am I using my own stats or a monkey stats?
Monkey stats, aren't you?
Oh, I gotta look up a monkey stats. Hold on.
Monkey.
Should have used the one I almost dropped.
20. I got a 27.
What were we looking for? Perception?
Yes,
got a
perception.
19.
Okay.
15.
Disguise
Okay.
ourselves.
Dyson, Asborn, what'd you get?
Perception is wisdom.
15.
Okay.
Let me just read it really quick. Hold on. Okay.
Wait, what am I rolling?
Perception.
17.
Okay.
14.
14. As a group, pretty decent. The first thing you pick up on as you approach the North Ward, there is a garrisoned stone building near the main access point into Trostenwald. Trostenwald itself, while made up of all these different wards, smattered in between all the different wards, you can see many different size residential communities, mostly wood, almost kind of like a mix of stone wood, like stone bottom section buildings with wood kind of Tudor style buildings on top. Some are single story, some are dual, some are 3-story. But the main access point, there seems to be a small Crown's Guard garrison here, about a dozen soldiers. Near the main garrison, you can see what might be a stockade of sorts, a kind of makeshift a jailhouse designed to deal with anyone who breaks the law. The first thing you see is a massive kind of sign explaining all the law requirements while within Trostenwald. Not all that dissimilar from standard Morrow Valley approaches to, theft, murder, crimes, and, violation of Crown's Guard rules and all that activity. I'm getting feedback from someone. Who is that? Test. Yeah, it was Sam. Yeah, it was either Sam Fire or Feltish. It was weird. I was getting like a
Check.
check. Nope. Don't hear it. Check. Nope. Fire. Check. Yeah, I'm getting it through your. It's picking up
You probably hear you through
the door.
My microphone.
Yeah, your microphone's probably
a little sideways. All right, try there.
Test 1 2 2. Much better. Thank you. I keep forgetting that microphone's directional.
Yeah.
So with that, this northward side of the community, making your way in, seems to be the main gateway, the access point within the Trostenwald community. Looking around, the first thing you see are some really ugly, very quickly built wooden structures near the lock ward. They're very large warehouse structures. Behind it, you can see a 2-story stone structure that looks very recently built as well. There's about 24 tilted scale wagons parked around the outside of it. You can see a 2nd-story series of windows. You can see huge double doors on the bottom story with bottom-story windows. There's maybe a dozen heavily cloaked individuals bearing the colors of the order of the Ascend.
Aspect.
Of the aspect. You recognize the colorations, what they're wearing. Some seem armed. Some seem busy loading wagons. Some seem busy unloading wagons. It's at this point you watch as the door opens, and coming out, you see a familiar steel golem figure wearing the Order of the Aspect robery. He's a good couple 100 feet away, so there's no immediate notice of you guys coming in because you don't look like yourselves by any stretch of the imagination.
Can they
And he
see through
seems
my
to-
shit?
Say that again?
Can they see through my, like, would they be able to tell?
Yeah, like he's gonna tell us.
They haven't looked in your direction. I'm just describing what you see as you come into town. You watch as the steel golem figure seems to be having some kind of conversation with a very tall, kind of thin, older looking male. He's got very long braided white hair, a long braided white beard. He seems to be wearing wizard robes for the most part. He seems to be listening intently, and then as you guys continue by, all of that just kind of falls behind you as you enter in to the north ward of Trostenwald.
He's saying you're a wizard, Harry.
Once you're in the north ward of the Trostenwald, it's commerce pretty much all around you. Hey, babe, do me a favor. Your microphone sensitivity is super high. You might want to try turning it down. It's like
I didn't change anything. That's
I know,
so
but
weird.
for some reason it's
I'm looking.
super loud now. Is there a dial on your microphone directly?
No.
Huh. It's weird. It's almost like grating. I might give you the other. Oh, I should give you that other JBL microphone. Maybe we'll do that later this week. Because it has like dial sensitivity on it. It could be the fact that I finally fixed my soundboard to work perfectly, so I might be hearing audio a little bit differently now. But mostly what I'm describing is what you see is you guys kind of casually and very deceptively make your way through. You know, the guards watch you come by, but they watch you passively. And just
I took it down to 75.
Ooh, much better. Thank you.
Okay.
They kind of watch you go by passively. And just kind of look at your horses, look at what you're carrying, and just kind of wave you by. And then another group comes behind you. They kind of do the same thing. And you're now in the North Ward. You can see.
Telepathically.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to say telepathically, I'm going to tell the group, what do you think? Should I go climb that building right now? I can look through the upper story windows.
Maybe
How
too
stealthy
soon.
can you be?
Let's get in a little.
I'm pretty
more.
stealthy. Monkeys are pretty stealthy. I get +4. If you make enough of a, not distraction, but like, I can sneak away.
I don't know. If we make a distraction, it might be suspicious.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe
No,
let's hold off
suspicious.
on anything yet.
Okay.
We can always come back. Or you can always come back.
Well, we've only got 8 hours, so.
But this isn't where the stuff was. Was it in a different ward?
He said we passed by that warehouse where it was like hastily constructed and all of the caravans are right in front of it.
All of the Order of the Aspect caravans.
No,
Yeah,
the
that's
tilted
what we're checking
scale
out, right?
wagons.
Sorry, tilted scale.
But the individuals were dressed like members of the Order of the Aspect.
Shadiness all around.
Sure. Fire, do you have the ability to cast invisibility?
I have a cloak.
You have a cloak. It was just Laylas that can cast it, right?
Mm-hmm. I thought Asborn could too.
Oh.
Or maybe it's Dyson.
Greater invisibility?
For any invisibility.
Yeah, I have.
Because what if
Want me to
we what if we invisible our monkey and then
Invisible the
Our
monkey?
Invisible monkey time? What a funky monkey.
then
Shenanigans
just
time.
+4 and advantage, and then that's I don't know.
Okay, sure. But we can't really do it here on the street. I think that looks suspicious.
Everything is suspicious.
All of a sudden, I'm wearing a monkey, unless I like snap, and it looks like I'm dismissing my pet.
Sure. Dismiss your pet, and then Drew, why don't you go like run over into like an alley or something, and then
You got it.
Kevin, as soon as she's out of eye line,
It is me, Kevin.
invisible
Yes.
her.
Well,
You're Kevin, right?
No,
I am
we
Kevin.
dismiss her, and she goes invisible.
She's saying that I would be like a
she's
familiar.
like she's a familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
I think that makes more sense.
Sure.
All right, Kevin, you ready?
I'm ready.
You have to do it exactly when
Yep.
fire snaps.
Tell me when.
Athena.
What if I just
And
purposely
try
do it like
and-
2 seconds
try and
after?
do-
That'd be hilarious.
Not be
Try and do
hilarious,
your
don't that.
invisibility. Try and do your invisibility like on the down low.
On the down low, I'll make sure to do all the fancy symbols and signs.
We're already a big enough fuck ups. We don't need to pretend. Add to it.
Had to do it on purpose.
Yeah, on purpose.
Okay, I start prepping the spell.
Okay.
When he preps the spell and when he gives me the signal, when she gives me the signal.
Well, he's a he.
Um,
He's a man right now.
I mean,
I'm a
yeah, when
man.
Kevin gives me the signal,
He's a
I'm
schman.
gonna snap to dismiss
I
the
think of
monkey.
Kevin from Up. Kevin's a girl.
Okay.
I think
Give me a
Kevin's
sleight of
crazy.
hand, Fire.
Let the baby roll the dice. Let the baby roll the dice. His innocence will protect you.
19.
19. Yeah, you do it fairly well.
Invisible monkey.
Drew
monkey
is
time.
yeah. Drew is now invisible.
Dude, the mountain.
Best plan we've ever had.
What? Turn into
Okay.
a monkey and go invisible?
So where are you heading off
Okay.
to, Drew?
So you said there was the hastily constructed warehouse, and behind it there was a stone area that was 2 stories, had windows at the top, and also looked hastily constructed, just more
Correct.
lasting.
Yeah.
Can
I'm
I
gonna-
just climb up the side of the building and take a peek in the windows?
So
I'm
you
gonna tell her to take her what's your bird's name?
Pepper.
Pepper.
Take Pepper with you.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years playing together, but Pepper, yeah. So what's Pepper doing in conjunction with what you're doing, Drew?
Pepper's looking on the other side. So where I'm looking on one side, Pepper's on the other side looking through and
Okay.
can also telepathically communicate with me.
Okay, so have Pepper do a quick perception check as he is going to kind of guide you in through the wagons and horses
Got
and
a
guards.
14.
14? He does a pretty good job of giving you a mental image of a path amongst the horses, wagons, and away from the guards that will take you to the northwest corner of the building. And
Okay.
you start heading that way. Give me a stealth check with advantage because you are invisible, just as a base.
Stealthy, 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 stealth. 19.
19. Okay. What are the rest of you doing while Sam and Pepper are doing this?
We
We
are
keep
continuing along,
walking, but like real slow. Like
Okay.
but
I-
not suspiciously slow.
You do see the
Wide-eyed
nestled.
newbies to the city. Look at
You
all
do
the
see the
cool
nestled
things.
nook inn nearby. There's also the burnished biblots, a general store nearby as well. You
Let's
can
go to the general
see-
store.
I need to get some new cloaks. Guys.
You can see the market area where all the caravan wagons are currently set
Very
up.
slick, Veltish.
You can also see the Bombach family brewery as well. So this is a pretty well commerced area.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep me around. I'm terrible at it.
Well, I'll tie
Okay,
up
let's go to
outside
the
the
caravan.
brewery my horse and then pretend I'm looking at my horse's hooves or something while I'm like actually keeping an eye out.
Fair enough. Fire, what are you and Ember doing?
I wanna go to guys. I wanna go to the caravan.
So you're heading towards the market area. Feltish, where are you going?
I was gonna go into the general store.
Okay. Thyson.
Oh, if
and-
Feltish is gonna go into the general store, then I'll go with her.
Okay.
Him.
Thyson and Asborn, what are you two doing?
I want to go in the general store and pick up some cheese sticks.
Sure.
What?
Fried cheese
I thought this
sticks.
was an operation, not a freaking snack time.
Okay, how do I look like I'm just a normal person? Do normal person things.
So you're gonna go stand in front of the general goods store and yell at the proprietor that you don't have to wear a mask?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't have to wear this. Is America.
This is Exandria.
This is Exandria. Make Exandria great.
Okay, boomer. So, Thyson, what are you doing while everyone else is doing this activity?
I'm just gonna wander.
Okay, so you're wandering through the North Ward.
You are
Sam,
wandered.
in your monkey form, you're dodging through the help and
He's
guidance
dodging
of
the
Pepper,
draft.
trying to guide you into the corner of the building. As you get near the corner of the building, those double doors are still open. This first story building's about 10 feet tall, and then the second story looks to be about 8 feet tall with a kind of strange thatched roof on top of it. You can see the barn off to your left, and then another barn off to your right. All the wagons are now behind you. The very strange looking older wizard individual having the conversation with that strange steel golem is kind of going on. Wagons are being unloaded nearby and taken over into the barn, while the other barn, things are being brought out and taken to the wagons. You begin to climb the corner of the building. It's late day, like tail end of late afternoon, and the beginnings of the sun going down. So there's a lot of shadow here. Go ahead and give me acrobatics with advantage as you begin to kind of like use the stones and the wall edges to make your journey up to the window.
All I can think about is the
Great
monkey.
outfit, right?
All I can think about is the monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark
Yeah.
with a little vest on.
22.
22. Pulling up the stones, you get up to the edge of the window on the first floor that you can see. Looking inside, it looks to be maybe that you're looking into like a common space, like a common room. There seems to be a lot of crates stacked up in here. A lot of people dressed in the garb of the Order of the Aspect. They seem to be filling out entries on books. They seem to be hammering some of these crates closed. They're stamping them with familiar names of coastal cities and coastal regions and town regions. All along the interior of this common space, you can see other doors where they kind of come in and out of. You can see in the very center a stairwell that leads up to the second floor.
Can I hear anything that they're saying?
The window is closed, and it's quite loud here. It's difficult to hear. You can try to open the window, see if you can hear.
What I kind of want to do is go see that wizard guy and see if I can hear what he's saying. You said he's down at the front?
Yeah, he's near the front of those large barn doors on the stone building where you initially saw him.
Is there anything around there like carts or boxes or something that I could hide behind?
Give me a perception check.
Monkey perception is not very perceptive. It's a 10.
10. There are some places you could hide. They don't look great. They don't look bad. But the closest they get you to the guy is maybe about 50 feet.
Probably not close enough for me to overhear, huh?
Don't know.
I doubt I would be able to hear. Let me climb up to the second story then, so I can see
Give
into that window.
me another acrobatics with advantage.
Not as great. Is a 17.
Okay. The stones up here are a bit smaller and spread apart, almost like it was mostly mortar and just kind of like just very hastily built. As you get up to this point and you look near through this window, go ahead and give me another perception check as you peer through this window.
Oh God, that's terrible. It's a 7.
7. Looking through the glass, it's very heavily kind of like cracked and smoky, like it wasn't built like this or developed very well, like it was very poorly made. But you can see forms inside moving about. There's a lot of beds that you can see. It's almost like this entire upper floor is a series of barracks or quarters that are being used. And you could see maybe 3-4 dozen shadows moving about that could be additional individuals that make up the order of the aspect, but it's hard to see.
Can I use my sneaky little monkey fingers to try and crack the window open a little?
Sure, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay, let's use this one. Ooh, 23.
Yeah, you get your fingers along the edge, undo the latch, and push it open. And now all you can hear is raucous laughter, people kind of just telling stories. They all sound very military kind of minded in their conversation. And most of them are not wearing the garb initially. It's almost like poorly worn. Like they don't expect any visitors or anyone to care that they're up here. So like their tabard is just barely on, or they're wearing a cloak that's just kind of like off to the side, but they're wearing the colors, but they have the kind of, they have that kind of look of mercenaries, almost like probably hired muscle. They all seem equally armed. They're all very well armored and armed. And it's a lot of guttural common, some orc and goblin. They're intermingled groups at tables playing cards. It feels like you're staring into a barracks.
Okay, so I'm going to convey that telepathically to everyone and just say, hey guys, I found where they're hiding the muscle. So
move it,
they're
dwarf.
up here.
And Tobias, as you're examining your pony, 2 burly individuals dressed in Order of the Aspect gear kind of try to bump into you on purpose. Give me a dex save as you pick up on it quite quickly.
What next? 22.
22. You quickly shift out of the way. They stumble a bit as they were about to run into you and just kind of laugh over their shoulder as the 3 of them just kind of continue into the crowd.
Rude.
Fire, Feltish, and Asborn, you make your entrance into the general goods store. And for all intents and purposes, the burnished biblots very much matches the expectation. All manner of just common ware, whether it's crockery, eatery, sacks, small boxes, leather strappings, everything that you would expect that a town this size would need in a general goods store, including a series of fresh food stalls near the front, and a small halfling, kind of like the white cotton butcher smock, and very simple kind of tunic.
Is his name Mike Highmoon?
No, his name is not Mike Highmoon. That would be a completely different world. You watch as, let's see, this small halfling sees the 3 of you. Oh, well, hello. Haven't seen you lot around before. Sir, what can I do for you? I'm always proud to have an elf in my establishment.
I look. That's Valtish, right?
Yeah.
I look at Valtish.
I don't respond.
No. Sir.
And
excuse me,
and
sir.
I nudge Valtish.
I'm not a sir, am I? No, that's Kevin.
No, you said you
No,
wanted to look
you
like a
did.
male elf.
A male elf.
No, I didn't know. It was male. Okay.
You said you wanted to be a male elf.
And here unravels the scheme.
That's fine. I didn't. No.
The halfling pulls the thread.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
He looks at you strangely.
Yep. Just browsing. Just browsing.
Oh, is there anything in particular you need help with?
A shield you can
I think
skateboard
he
on.
wanted some cheese.
I have cheese wheels, if that will do.
Kevin?
Kevin, you
Do
wanted a
already
cheese
see
wheel?
Kevin eating some of the food off of the shelf? I'll pay for
You
this.
have to pay for that, sir.
I will. I will.
Sir.
Kevin!
I just started stuffing my face more. I pull out my coin purse. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I swear we feed him.
As I'm walking towards the counter to pay, I see more food and I snatch it off the shelf.
Well, you're almost as rude as those individuals across the way. But if you, yes, please pay. We're not a tavern, or we are not a cafe just to eat my food at the whim and will that you choose.
No, he has money.
Real quick, is there a place like it has outdoor seating that I could sit down at and watch the goings on of that place?
Over by the market area where all the caravans are, your passive would be definitely high enough to pick up on like benches that are set up for people to kind of take a rest, or just kind of maybe look through their wares that they purchase. So yeah, there's some seating that you can see nearby.
All right, I'll sit down and like pretend I'm doing something and
I'm gonna start like awkwardly like
Keeping an eye
going
out.
through the store and looking at things.
Okay. Thyson, as you meander around, go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
Just a tiefling in a trench coat and fake glasses.
Oh, yeah.
17.
Yeah, you've noticed that about 6 heavily cloaked Order of the Aspect individuals are about 30 feet behind your right and are doing their best not to be noticed as they follow you.
I'm gonna kind of stop. And I'm gonna scratch my chin. It feels like someone. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna point right at them. Wants to sell me something.
Give me intimidation or persuasion, your choice.
Well, it's a good reference.
Yeah, that's a good reference.
Wow. That is intimidation 26.
26. They are so caught off guard by your interaction, they immediately just kind of, no, not us, no, and just kind of disperse into the crowd as quickly as they can.
I'm gonna keep walking then.
Okay. Tobias, you're over by the market area now, kind of looking around, keeping an eye out over at that point, and you find a bench that allows you to sit down and take a moment to be a little bit more investigative around you. Give me an investigation check as you focus on the crowds and the activity.
23.
23. Most of the wagons that are open for business seem to mostly cater to like rare exotics and stuff like that. And there's all manner of people coming and going within these market areas and buying and purveying and hawking wares. And it's pretty busy. You also notice that a group of Crown's Guard are busy making their presence known by kind of patrolling the immediate area. And you do pick up on the fact wherever like a group of Order of Aspects kind of are walking around, they purposely avoid the guards. You notice that they immediately change their direction. They purposely, they think they're being stealthy. They think they're being clever, but you pick up on the pattern. They're avoiding the Crown's Guards, and you kind of pick up on that. Samara, what are you doing at this point?
Well,
The
that was all
window's cracked
barrack.
open. You clearly are looking into a barracks, which is unusual, to say the least.
But we also knew that they were hiring people, so they obviously like this endeavor is bigger than we thought it was. Can I go down and look at that front area, the like barn area? Is the wizard guy still standing in front?
As you're up at the window looking down to your left, you can see he's still there speaking to 2 new people now. The steel golem individual has wandered off. You don't know where they've gone. But now the older gentleman seems to be speaking to two individuals that you don't recognize. One is human, and the other one is dwarven.
I mean, technically I'm invisible, so I think I want to get close to them.
Okay, give me acrobatics with advantage as you scurry down to where the big wooden doors are, and there's a purchase like right above where they're talking. That'll put you within about 20 feet.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You easily find the wooden beam that you're holding on to kind of upside down a little bit. You're using your tail to kind of keep you balanced against the stone. And as you get closer, you begin to hear the older gentleman speaking with a Zemian accent, very thick and drawn out. That I don't care how long it takes to get that final delivery out of Urlis, or there will be hell to pay. Do the two of you understand me? They kind of nod furtively in the direction of the individual. He continues to go on. Now, understand, under no circumstances are these wagons to be lost or intercepted by anyone. And for the love of the gods, stop using those silly wagons with those stupid insignias on the side of them. Even I'm smart enough to know that those vile Luxodons have figured out that much at least. Now, once you make your way to Orlis, just let them know that Hammond Zimmer has all the situations in place. The majority of the obsidian has been delivered. The majority of all the necessary blacksmiths have been contacted. And even now, while they sit on their fat asses along the coast and they think they are safe, we need to use this time to complete our works. Do the two of you understand this message? Good. Now go. Contact me later. He watches the old man goes to go in through the doors, and he stops and he looks directly up and around, holds on to something around his neck.
Run away!
Can I hide? I'm gonna hide. Can I hide?
You're
Where
invisible.
would you like to try to hide? You're on the door jamb, 5 feet above his head, looking down, listening in on the conversation. Looking up, there is another window above you on the second floor that's open. It's slightly ajar.
I'm gonna do it.
Run away!
Give me stealth with advantage as you try to scurry up to the window.
Stealth 22.
22. You scurry up to the window, and as you gain purchase on the window and look back down, he just kind of looks and then he stares at the window very intently that's open, and he furrows his brow as you kind of pull yourself in, and then you lose track inside of him, but you do hear a door close down below, like somebody's gone into the first floor. As you pull yourself in, you hear a guttural, "God damn it, I told you to keep these fucking windows closed." And he watches an ogre, half ogre, reaches over and slams and turns the key on the window. Goes, "I'm tired of this shit. I told you lot, don't leave the windows open. We're supposed to be incognito, you dumb fucking gobbo." And you watch as he goes to smack someone nearby, and they just laugh and kind of scurry away. Yeah. And now you're in the barracks. There's maybe 50 individuals in this barracks. It smells. It's gambling. It's drinking. It's not pleasant.
Guys, I'm stuck inside.
Find a way out.
Okay.
Yeah, use that time to check out that place, find out what's inside.
Athena. I'm super awkward. Can you? So the store person, they were like, "Oh, the people were rude. Can you find out about that? I'm gonna go rescue the monkey."
You don't need to rescue me. Let me look.
She's inside.
Hey.
Oh, we're talking in our heads. We don't have to whisper.
Right. You're Yeah, you're talking in your heads. It's
Sure.
It's what you guys
We don't-
fucking do.
Sam, are you relaying all the stuff that you saw and heard?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
She's
So-
don't
invisible.
rescue?
I'm gonna say
I'm
decisive.
just giving you a heads up that I'm stuck in here for now, but I think I agree with Tobias. I should use this time to look around and see what else I can see in here.
She can
Yes, but
open a window. She is on the inside.
I can open a window.
See?
What,
They have
what if
she has
we,
little monkey hands.
What if we nuke the barracks? Thoughts?
Oh, that was my
blow it up.
idea.
Just
I was
blow
going
it
to get
up.
some of that rat killer stuff and put it all around the
get rat
base.
killer. No. Here's what I was thinking. You know,
Pull
how
a wagon in
barracks
front of the
delivery
door so that we can just
stuff
hear
are?
them beating and screaming while they're on fire. It'd be so awesome.
You know I'm
Oh,
still
yeah.
in here, right?
Like, It
Well,
suddenly
you'll have
I
time
like
to get
that
out.
idea.
It just suddenly cuts in as you guys all remind yourselves as you hear the
Queen can hear
Zahashi and
us.
Queen. Are you fucking crazy? Can we at least start with the easy shit first before we go blowing up Trostenwald buildings?
But this is the easy shit.
Nope.
Tobias.
I don't want to fight a bunch of guys, ogres and stuff.
All right, I'm gonna go investigate.
Yeah, you kind of like listening to all this going on in your head. You
Samara,
begin to look
look for
around. Give me an
any faulty
investigation check now that
shoddy
you're on the
architecture that
inside.
could drop on them.
Investigation is intelligence.
Yep.
Because
Because now you're on the interior of the space, so you have a little bit more to look at.
How am I not so smart? I thought monkeys were smart.
Asborn, I love to learn more every
Relativity
day.
thing,
Oh.
maybe?
This is not a good. That's a 2.
I was just thinking that we put
Two.
all of the rat killer in a barrel,
Did you
and we
bump into
just
a
give
wall?
them the barrel, and when they take it inside, it just explodes. Easy peasy.
How about we?
I think I got
how about
freaked
we
out by being
don't-
trapped.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking around frantically. You can see at least
No,
a
wait.
dozen windows that make up the perimeter.
Didn't
They're
she
all
wild shape?
like they're all in an area where there's at least anywhere from 3 to 6 individuals nearby each window, either sitting at a table, lounging on beds, sharpening weapons, and all the guttural voices kind of cascading. The only thing you pick up on is on the other side of the room is a single door with somebody standing on guard in front of it,
And
have a
it's
question.
Go
closed.
in there.
and it's closed.
I have a question.
Ooh.
Yeah, go.
If she's wild shaped, I mean, yes, I understand using the monkey's stealth and the sleight of hand, but would she still use the monkey's wisdom?
I
or
believe
would she
wild
use her
shapes-
wisdom?
Yeah, I think wild shape still allows her to use her wisdom. I just wasn't sure about intelligence.
Okay.
That
I
I
mean,
don't
either
know.
way, I rolled a 5. It was going to be terrible. So
Right. I'm just curious for posterity.
Well, you can
what
read
I'm
wild
curious
shape.
about is if I change my wild shape, will that kill my invisibility?
Because it's lesser
He
invisibility.
did
I
greater.
believe.
No, it's
No,
greater.
I thought
It's
he
greater.
did greater.
It
You can
shouldn't.
cast spells.
And how
But
long
that
does
only lasts
greater
for 1
last
minute
for?
then.
I
Mm.
believe an hour. Let me check real quick.
No, was it?
I thought greater
still
was only
eating my
1
chicken.
minute.
Greater only lasts a
Jeez.
minute.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was lesser. Lesser lasts.
Oh
1
yeah,
minute.
1 minute for greater.
And I'm
Okay, so it was
probably
lesser.
visible by now.
No, if it was
No, it would have been lesser, I
lesser.
thought.
The one
Lesser
that
I don't
lasts
have
an
an
lesser.
hour.
hour, but you can't
You
do
don't
anything.
have lesser?
I don't have lesser. I'm-
Okay, it says your game
Oh.
statistics are replaced by the statistics of the beast, but you retain your alignment, personality, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores.
There you go.
You
But not
also
intelligence.
retain
So it would not
all
have
of your
changed. It was a 5.
So just your strength and dexter.
so
So-
all of your skills, saving throws, proficiencies, in addition to those gained by the creature.
For now, we'll say that you use lesser invisibility.
So I have an
Otherwise, you would have been discovered making your way through the
A
wagons.
while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't do anything. You can't cast or attack.
Yeah.
or
Well, I'm
anything.
wild shape, so I can't cast anyways.
Right.
Right, but
No,
if you
so-
re-wild shape, that would count as.
That would kill
I mean,
your
well,
Is that
invisibility.
a
I'm
spell?
wondering.
Oh, and for
I'm not
invisibility,
asking
yeah.
about a spell. I'm wondering if the door. I don't think I should do that. Never mind.
Were you gonna
I
see
was
if
gonna
your
be
little
like,
monkey hand could reach the handle?
No, I was gonna see if I could like turn into a cockroach and go underneath the door.
You'll
But
be
then how would I
visible,
leave?
but you
Don't
could.
Don't you only have 2 wild shapes?
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I,
that's
I
like
can help you with
everyone
that
on
if you want me to come in
fan.
there.
Cockroaches fly.
No, you're gonna just die
Why?
because there's a bunch of mercenaries in here.
I'm quiet and stealthy. I'm a little mouse. Remember?
You're a dwarf.
Not-
Right, you're not a mouse
or-
right
I
now.
can switch back. I only look like a dwarf.
This is a terrible plan.
That's a terrible, terrible plan. No, I'm gonna look around some more. I'm gonna go see if I can. The guy that's standing in front of it, is he like on guard, or is
So
he
you want me
like
in there?
on guard?
Give me an insight check.
Insight. Where is my insight? 3.
It's hard to tell. He just seems to be standing and lounging in front of that door.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Fuck it. I'm here. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm gonna go see if my little monkey hand can reach the handle and just open it and go in.
So
before
give
I'm
me
invisible.
a fresh stealth check with advantage because you are invisible.
How
God.
tall are you?
I don't know.
How big are little cookies?
I think they're like a foot and a half, 2 feet tall.
This is not good. That was a 9.
A 9.
Advantage?
As you lower yourself to the ground and begin to move and weave your way through, you accidentally bump into somebody's leg. And you look up to see this big burly male fighter just kind of looking at his leg, not seeing anything. And then he looks around and kind of goes to bat down there like maybe a bug or something and crawled up his leg.
Dodge.
Give me a dex save as you see this big hand coming towards you.
Am I dexterous? Let me see.
Monkeys should be dexterous.
They should be
Where is
ambidextrous.
That's an 8.
Oh my goodness.
You
You're gonna
feel-
mad.
That's right. I rolled a 2 for his attack roll. So all you had to do was beat his 5 because it's 2 plus 3 for his attack modifier. His finger almost brushes through your hair and affords you just the briefest of opportunity to skitter forward as quickly as you can.
Ninja. I'm a ninja.
Yeah, you skitter forward and you begin to realize everybody's just kind of meandering around you and you're dodging legs and you're moving as best you can until you're finally on the other side of the room and you're staring at where the person standing in front. There's the door. Give me a perception check because you get a little bit closer now.
Perception. Oh, thank God. 23.
Stenciled on the door, it says Captain. The person in front of the door looks like they're on guard duty. They seem intent on just one of the barracks dwellers comes up to try to gain entrance into the door, and the guy just stops them and just like that, and the guy kind of shrugs and keeps going.
Maybe don't
Can
go in
I
the
just-
captain's room. Don't go in the captain. Don't. That's a bad idea.
I mean, to be fair, I would
Only
have
if the
told you I'm
captain's
seeing the
in there.
captain's door.
Right. Yeah.
Only if the
I'm
captain's
literally
in
about
there.
to grab it when you say that, and I'm gonna
Don't go in
go.
the captain's room. He's probably.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, put your
There you
ear against
go.
the door. See if you can hear him.
Can I hear him?
Give me perception.
Yeah, you hear.
Do not. That is
Charlie Brown's
a
mom's in there.
8.
Yeah, you hear.
You need my help.
I'm gonna say telepathically to Pepper if Pepper can fly around and see if there's a window on that side.
Have Pepper give me a perception check.
Don't go. There's someone in there. Don't go in that room.
Pepper. Always using pepper.
Pepper's got a 16.
16. There is a window, but it looks to be closed and curtains drawn. And it takes you a moment to warg in and out to know that.
Okay.
Because Pepper can't report. Well, I guess telepathically she can report to he can report.
An invisible disguised orc as a monkey, warging out to its. Wow, there's just a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of layers happening.
There's a lot of layers.
There's a lot
This
of
is
layers
one of the
in
most
this
complicated
cake.
things we've done.
Yeah.
So, y'all,
Ogre have
advice?
layers.
Anything else you want me to find?
I want you to
Check the
go-
boxes.
Can I? Are there boxes around? Can I look for that?
There are crates and bags and knapsacks and weapons all
Oh, yeah,
about.
it's in the crates.
It's very much a barracks.
Can monkey fingers look through some of the bags?
Yeah. Give me an investigation as you move towards one of the bags.
Investigation.
Tyson, give me a strength save, please.
That's at 18.
Okay.
Give me a sec. 15.
15. As you're walking along the northward, kind of like the main street, kind of just perusing and looking around and listening to this telepathic activity going on in your head, you feel somebody grab you by the shoulder as you pass an alleyway, and it's a metallic hand that digs into your shoulder and then pulls you into the alleyway, presses you up against the wall, places its hand over your mouth, and the steel golem's visor is just right in front of you and pulsing, and you just hear a voice, "Don't move, stay still," and it like begins to crush into your shoulder, doing 12 points of crushing damage.
Oh,
You
no.
feel your the clavicle beginning to give underneath.
You tell us?
So much for that disguise.
I mean, telepathic bond.
Your fake nose falls away.
The
Oh, I didn't know it was
mustache
you.
half off.
Yeah, mustache is half off.
I will
Bam.
cast.
So you can't do anything verbal.
Yeah.
If you have any non-verbal, your hands are free. You're slightly restricted by him jamming into your shoulder, and his hand is over your mouth.
Do you tell us?
Well, no, it's like in
Telepathically.
your head.
Beneath the mouth.
Oh my god, that's all you got.
Is this what we hear?
Yeah, that's what you hear. Sure.
Where are you at?
Just something happened to the bond?
Is there interference? You guys like, hey, Tyson, reset your router.
Dyson, your microphone might be going dead.
Oh, this one works.
I know my son. He wants to get out.
No,
on
he
his
can
own.
talk. He can talk in his head, right?
Oh, he knows. He's
Yes.
fucking with you.
Okay. Where are you at? Where you at, buddy?
He's in a random alley. Hey, Athena, talk to the shopkeeper about the rude people that were in here. I'm not good with the talking to the people.
Okay, I'm not.
Is the crown guards
but
around me?
Sure.
Oh, you're always
There are
talking to
some
people.
mingling amongst the marketplace.
Is he going to tell me where he's at or anything, or is he just fucking around?
It's up to him.
Assuming
What are
he's
you
not-
doing, Tyson?
Thyson?
I'm casting.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he's fucking around.
He's just doing it himself.
I'm casting mental prison on the golem.
Okay, what's the
I
save
thought
on
we
that?
Intelligence.
Tried.
That's with disadvantage. That's a 13.
That fails.
Okay.
It takes 5d10 psychic damage.
Oh. Many damage.
He's going to use his legendary action to make that not happen.
To be immune to psychic damage.
Reflect it back on you, and you die.
It's like you guys have been playing with me for a while.
Just a little bit.
And it is restrained for a minute.
How much damage?
Run away.
5d10 psychic damage.
Okay,
Roll,
you have to
roll
roll.
Oh, sorry.
50 points then.
23.
5 million points.
23. You shock it, you stun it, and it grabs. It still holds you, but then releases you as it's unable to focus on the grapple that it held on you. Its hand drops away, and the psychic blast causes him to reach up to his visor and his metal head and you watch as his visor partially peels away, and as it does, you can see like a kind of like metallic skull behind the visor, and what looked to be an orb of an eye as well. And then he quickly pushes the visor. You have a minute that he's stunned for. I'm going to treat it as a stun effect.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna be like, hold on. I really wanted to try this on something like you. I'm gonna look through my spell book.
Something like you.
you take the next minute, you're turning through pages.
Yeah, like, hold on.
I've got a good one. Wait, just remain stunned. And this one.
Give me a second.
Give me a second.
Can I not use this spell?
I stunned you, so now I'm going to play with you.
This is what happens when you get high-level mages. So many things to choose from.
I can't use that. I don't have it. That's dumb and stupid and dumb.
Now he says, wait, come back tomorrow so that I can play with you more.
You weren't here for the last session. Would it be a spell that you would normally prepare?
No, I just not even a spell that I have.
Oh, gotcha.
Wizards do not have this spell.
Got you. Your lore brain got ahead of your wizard brain.
Not lore, it's more just funny moments.
Yeah, gotcha. So what are you doing? He's stunned, but he's coming out of it.
You only got a minute. Are you telling us?
Do. Shock and grasp, double damage to things in armor.
Baby stunned. Are you still muffled?
No, I'm just making that one up.
He was never actually.
I was never
I
muffled.
I know.
It was a joke.
I can't tell if that's you telling
10
us
seconds.
or not.
Oh yeah, shut the.
Just saying, this minute's turned into an hour.
Ugh.
What are you doing?
Mom last night.
No, but his character would do this faster than he can do it.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
So say while you're thinking of something, Fire and Asborn and Feltish, you're over at the general goods store. Anything you want to do while over there?
So these rude people.
Oh, yes. These Order of the Aspect people. They built that new warehouse over there. I don't like them. They're very rude.
Order of the Aspect. What's that?
Some group that works with the Cerebus Assembly. They dabble in magical relics and the acquisition of magical components. But lately, they seem to be miners. They bought all of my mining equipment not more than maybe a month ago. I can't keep it on the shelf.
What
Do
are
you know
they?
where they're mining?
What are they mining?
Are you okay? Do you
Dave.
need a drink of water?
I'm okay.
She got hit, or he got hit with a spell, and
You just made it worse.
Masters of disguise.
Yeah, he's just really confused at Asborn picking at a cheese wheel, you asking about the Order of the Aspect, and now this feminine male voice. I'm sorry, what did you say?
What are they mining?
Oh, I don't. That's the funny part. There's no place to mine around here. But yet they've purchased so much mining equipment. It's very strange.
Like shovels and picks?
Shovels, pickaxes, steel buckets, chains, like pulley systems, everything you would need to set up a mining consortium of sorts. And I don't know where
do
it
you think
goes.
they're
It
mining
does-
under the warehouse? Are they like pulling out dirt from the warehouse?
Why would they do
building
that? That
tunnels?
seems strange.
That's strange.
That seems like a strange question to ask.
I saw it in the play once. They were trying to rob a
It's
bank.
like in a dwarf visage on a bench, probably holding his head, going, "Why do we come up with these plans?"
I saw it in the play once. You know,
What
they
did-
were
what
trying
did-
to rob a bank or something.
What did they do that was so like rude? Which is like
Oh, they
general
just
rude,
seem to be
or-
very bossy, and they insist on cheap prices, and they drink a lot at night too. Some of them seem to be clergy of type or magical people. There's a group of them that come out at night that seem very kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of bullyish and kind of mean to people. They get drunk. Have you ever heard of wizards?
Told you to
getting
wait till
drunk?
nighttime.
I hate those drunkards.
People who bully people.
Your
are not nice.
awkwardness just once again. He looks at you strangely. Are you sure you and your friend? Please stop touching my cheese wheels, would you please? Just buy
Kevin,
one.
Kevin,
I'll buy the one that's in his hand, in her hand.
Her hand.
his
hand.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Oh my
I
god.
think it's a good idea if the three of you get out of my shop, please. Thank you. Move along.
Let me buy the cheese wheel.
No,
Is it-
keep it. Goodbye. Get out. You're weird.
Sorry.
Keep calling.
We've
Bye.
been on the road for a long time. So
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Door slams as
Bye.
he ushers you out.
They
All right, I'm gonna go in there.
wait. They told me where they were going, right?
let's
Yeah, they
let's
gave
go to
you
the market.
They
Or not the
telepathically,
That'll
you
go
guys
better.
have been,
That
you
could've
know,
gone better.
you're able
Yeah.
to communicate relatively easily. That's the whole point. And how long does that spell last for, Sam? 8 hours?
An hour. An hour.
An hour? Okay.
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna dimension
into the
door
shop.
to them.
Okay, just as the door slams, the halfling hears this like puff of arcane energy, and he looks and sees a tiefling wearing a roughed up trench coat, a partially displaced mustache, and a fedora pulled. Holy shit! What are you doing in my shop?
Is that
Who are-
cheese?
Get out of my shop!
I
He
grab a
opens
big handful of cheese and run.
he opens the door and goes, get out! And you watch this broom go flying out the door, and you suddenly
Bunch of
see
crackheads.
Iceman. And Tobias, as you are over by the market stall, you get up.
Mhm.
As you stand up and see the commotion out in front of the biblots, over in an alleyway off to your left, you watch as somebody wearing the robes and refinements of the Order of the Aspect, but strange and hulking. Its cloak has been pulled over its face, and this large figure comes stumbling out of the alleyway, looking around, trying to figure out where somebody had gone.
Mm.
So,
Well, I'm gonna go into that shop
right.
to get out off the street for a little bit.
You head over to Biblots. You open the door, and a very perturbed looking halfling. Oh, finally, somebody normal. Good day, dwarf. What can I do for you?
Hello. Yeah, I'm just. Do you sell normal goods here, like oil and torches?
Where are you from, dwarf?
Oh, I'm from yeah, Zimmer or someone. No, it's good. A place called Rockvale, far away from here. I'm Roscoe Stoneballs. I'm a dabbler in stone balls. I make stone balls for people that need them. You know, for big cannons and such. Once you've fondled my balls, you'll never want any other balls for your cannons.
Once you've shot your balls.
Give,
Once you use my balls to shoot your load.
give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh
god.
God. Persuasion. Why was it there?
Sheer buffoonery.
Oh, I needed this.
What do I need? Perception. Persuasion.
Persuasion.
14.
14?
Mhm.
You watch as the halfling pinches the bridge of his nose. And he just,
What's wrong?
I don't need your stone balls. I'm good.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying
in the
what.
mood for vendors and purveyors.
I don't need to sell anything. I'm actually wanting to buy some things.
Oh, well, what are you looking for? I'm assuming it's not stone balls.
It doesn't look like you've had a good day. Are you okay?
I had some weird patrons today. I was hoping for something a little bit this evening. I do close soon, but
You mean those freaks that just ran out into the street?
Yes, did you notice them?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, do you know them?
No.
Oh,
But they
then
just
why
look.
are you apologizing?
I'm sorry you had bad patrons. Nobody wants bad
Oh.
patrons.
You're awfully nice for a dwarf.
Well, you know, I've been around.
Yes, your accent is funny too. Strange. Well, I'm sorry. Anyways, my manners. What are you looking for?
How much oil do you have? Barrels of.
Unfortunately, I don't have any right now. Those Order of the Aspect people purchased it all. I have not been able to keep any in my shop.
Order of the Aspect. What's that?
That's the second time within 5 minutes I've been asked that question.
Well, you mentioned them. I just don't know what they are. What is it?
It's a group that is well, you could go ask them yourself. You look like a smart, intelligent dwarf, are you not?
Yeah.
This conversation is losing steam quickly.
All right, so you don't have any oil.
No, I don't.
Any other flammable materials?
I sell firewood and I sell
Got a
paper
rat problem.
And a what?
A rat problem. Usually you pour something down their holes and, you know, light it on fire and, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, it just so happens I do have 2 small barrels of this imported rat poison that I got from a purveyor in Nicodranus. Evidently, you pour it in holes, light it, and it blows up. It's a great way to get rid of things.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
20 gold for both barrels, if you please.
Okay, 20
They're
gold.
small. They're not huge. He hands over 2 small pony kegs of powder, and you can see the instructions on the side of it. And on the other side is a stencil of a rat holding a sword with a pirate hat, kind of.
Yes!
As the mascot.
Tobias says, this is the best thing to light pirate ships on fire with.
And on the bottom of it, you recognize the name of the shop owner that you initially bought the product from.
And I think we kind of screwed him up too. I think Thyson, in your past form as I don't know, Frankenstein, you you like beat him down, you pulped him a little bit. I'm suing him for trademark violation of my likeness.
It's not a very good likeness.
Oh, okay.
It's just a way of denoting that it's rat killer. He just seems to have gotten the idea of a sword and a hat to make it look cute.
Obviously.
Yeah, let's kill the cute rats with
All right,
fire.
I'll get those 2 barrels then.
Okay, they're pretty small. You can easily carry them, and well, it's gonna look weird when you reach to carry them.
Oh, I get it.
Give me a sleight of hand if you want to try to pull it off.
Oh yeah, sure. So I'm pretty good at sleight of hand.
You're terrible at sleight of hand. No, you're actually great at sleight of hand.
16, 26.
Yeah, you kind of quickly wait for him to get like bothered by another patron, and then you scoop it up. Looking around, no one notices the way that the barrels are now being carried by you. It's a little bit kind of revealing
Inside my body.
Yeah, a little bit. Like your arm fat is actually carrying the exterior of the barrels.
Gotcha.
And you kind of head out the door. You kick the door open to head out, and Fire, Thyson, Feltish, and Asborn, you see the Tobias dwarf form come out carrying a couple barrels. Samara, you're still upstairs in the barracks. You're near the captain's door. Pepper's reported that there's a window, but the curtains are drawn. You can hear muffled voices, but you can't hear what they're saying.
And is the guard looking at the door?
No, just standing there patiently looking around.
Can I
and then
test
goes
the
back
handle
to
and see if it's
looking.
locked?
Sure. Give me sleight of hand.
Quietly, like slow.
Yeah, give me stealth first.
Stealth.
With advantage because you're still invisible.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Okay.
And then
Now give me a sleight of hand.
God. 11.
11. You kind of reach up and you pull your hand away really quick just as the guard turns to look at the door and then at the handle. And then he pulls a key off of his belt and he unlocks the door, pokes his head in. You clearly hear.
While he's poking his head in, can I sneak in?
Yeah, give me stealth.
You're gonna get
With
locked in
advantage.
there.
Now you're locked
I can
in,
get out
locked
the
in.
window. It's fine.
Wow, what's going to happen when I light this building on
Hold
fire
on.
right now? It's going to be horrible.
What'd
What?
you
You
get?
will not believe what just happened to me.
Did you
What,
get
a one? A
I
one.
got 2 ones.
Oh my God!
As you go to race in, he slams the door shut in front of you, and you headbutt the door, and you just you fall back, and there's a puff of dust as you fall back onto the floorboards. It wasn't enough to do damage, however, because he just barely closed it. It was your forceful run that caused you. But then he looks down, and he's staring at the dust outline of something on the ground. And he goes to lock the door, and then he takes his spear, and the handle of the spear, he begins to like
Dodge.
lunge it down towards you.
Dodge.
Yeah, give me a
Dodge.
dex save, and we'll see if his attack roll beats that.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because it did not roll well. Got a 14.
14. The handle smacks you in the forehead, doing 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
I poof back into myself.
Yeah, suddenly the half-orc Samara appears on the floor.
Oh
The
no.
guard is shocked. His eyes wide
Shit!
open. Meanwhile, the collective sound of 50 people standing up and looking in your direction. You have less than a second. What are you doing as you see this happen?
Get out of there!
I'm trying to get out of there.
Well, she can do something else in 4 rounds.
The only your passive
know.
is high enough that you're on the ground looking up at this guy. To the right are the stairs that lead down. Otherwise, it's just people everywhere.
Can I wild shape into like a flying cockroach that I can like zoom down the stairs and crawl under the door?
Yeah, you just quickly
The cockroaches bites me.
turn into a flying insect, let's say. You just turn
Yeah.
into a flying insect. And then you watch as he pounds on the captain's door, and he's taking the spear and trying to swing it at you, and he's missing horribly. There's a rush of people coming towards you as you buzz down the stairwell. Immediately, dozens of people are following you down the stairwell, just throwing cans and tankards and half-empty boxes in your direction after they all saw you transform. One of the barn doors is open. So what you heard was one of the barn doors closing. And as you come down here, you're now amongst all the Order of the Aspect individuals that have been prepping these crates. You watch as somebody is holding like a mummified corpse, like in their hands and placing it in the crate. You watch as somebody else is like stacking a mummified person on top of like 15 other mummified
That's not creepy at all.
individuals in the corner.
Nope.
And they're being placed in these crates, and you zoom through all that as the horde of these mercenaries come stumbling and tumbling down, and they're yelling and pointing, but people are confused. It's mass confusion, and you
Telepathically, I'm just going, abort, abort, abort.
and you fly out the door, but no
I
one saw
slink
you
off.
fly out the door. It's just mayhem that you leave behind, and then you zip off.
That was not good.
Sam, what happened?
So many things.
Feldish
So
looks
many things.
stunned.
Just everything.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
go
gonna-
back and
I'm gonna call to the queen and say, which room are we in? Because I need to transform when we get. I need to be in the room before I transform because they saw me.
We are on the second floor. I've reserved 3 rooms, 10, 11, and 12.
Can you open up the one of the windows right now?
Sure. I'll give her a performance check. She described
can't-
pretty well the room and the window. You get an idea in your mind, and you begin to buzz over in that direction. and you watch to see the queen with her head poking out, looking around. She sees Pepper kind of flying above you, but then she like leans away as the small insect comes buzzing by her head, and you land on the inside of the room.
Crouch down and turn back into myself and say, "Close the window."
You're now back as Samara in the room with the Zerhashian queen. Where's everybody else? Why are you here by yourself? What happened?
They'll be here in a minute. Just close the window.
I thought we weren't going there. I thought we were going to the Magic Mountain in the woods.
Okay, well, but this is a safe place for me right now because they're
Going to
looking for.
We're going to Castaic?
We're going to Magic Mountain? What the hell's going on?
Magic
What did you guys get in that shop? What have you been smoking?
Mansion.
We didn't get
Halfling
anything
pipe weed
from the
again?
shop.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, but
He
the whole
ki-
thing
he
is that
kicked
they're
us
all looking
out.
for a bug right now, so I need to not be a bug.
Well, I don't think that's... This town is full of bugs. Did you turn into a specific kind of memorable bug?
I don't know. They just
I-
freaked out.
You
This is
seem
the
a bit
polymorph,
panicked.
right?
No,
I
she
suppose
turned
not.
back into Samara. She turned back.
No, no,
No,
into
she's
Samara.
asking if I can still polymorph.
Polymorph yourself into like a cat or something.
Well, yeah, when we leave, I will, but for right now, I just needed a place to lay low.
All of you telepathically hear how Samara's kind of made her way over to the Nook. The rest of you are in front of Biblot's. Tobias, you're staring at the steel golem who's clearly pulled coverings over themselves and seem to be furiously looking for somebody. You watch as he waves an arm towards a group of about a half a dozen Order of the Aspect people that come over to him, and he seems to be having a conversation with 6 of them, and then they break up into groups of 2 and begin to disappear into the crowd, possibly searching for someone.
Okay.
I want to go to the caravan.
Yeah, Fire and I were gonna go, or Athena and I were gonna go.
I'm
shop
staying.
more.
I'm staying semi out of sight, like milled into the crowd. But I'm watching and I'm waiting for nighttime. Because
Okay.
nighttime is the right time for fire.
And
Ow.
and the last of the late afternoon light is fading and early evening is beginning to settle in. The fire keepers are going through and lighting all the gas lamps that are in this particular part of the district as it's getting a little bit darker. So Fire and Feltish, you head off into the caravan market area. Asborn, Thyson, you're still in front of Biblot. Sam, you're up over at the Nook with the Bright Queen. Tobias, what are you doing at this point? Just lingering in the streets?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my whatever down like an alley or whatever by some like trash. I'm gonna hide those barrels, and then I want to go back. I need to buy some more things, so I'm gonna go back
Okay.
to that store so I can buy some things.
Back to Biblot's?
Yeah.
You never really left it that far, but what are you doing with the 2 barrels then?
I'm just gonna put them like maybe in an alley where there's some a pile of trash or something to like.
Well, we saw. Could I take the barrels?
I mean,
From
you
him?
saw him come out with them. You guys didn't
Yeah, I'm gonna ask
immediately interact.
Tobias. So, Tobias, do you want me to take the barrels? They look
Yeah.
really funny under your fleshy arm.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. I need to go get some stuff because I'm not gonna stay this way for long.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over and take the barrels.
So basically, I want to buy need some spikes and a hammer to like spike a door close and stuff. So like 10 spikes and some hammers, and then
We should
and
see if
then
we can get an immovable
like a nice
rod.
dark like halfling sized cloak that I can use to cover myself with a
You
hood.
purvey the cloak and the spikes, but he's got no hammers. He's got no hardware. Most of that's been sold off, but he does have the spikes.
And then some small
I grabbed a bunch of stuff before we left.
small
have a hammer.
cloth bags.
I have a hammer.
Plenty of those. So 15 gold later, you have everything you need but a hammer.
Okay.
Tobias, I have a hammer.
I
Okay.
have a big ass
cool.
maul also. I got 2 of them. That's 2 big old.
So I'm gonna
hammers.
put that
Do we
cloak
all know
on
what
and then
Tobias is doing?
change back into Tobias.
Not unless he's told us.
I also have a grappling hook. Jason thinks we're gloomy.
While he's doing all of that, I know Jason's doing something, but while he's doing all of that, I would say that I'm telepathically telling you all, like, there are a bunch of mummified bodies in there. Don't know what they're doing with them, but that's what's in the boxes. So, gross.
Okay.
I
got a plan, but you guys aren't going to
What's
do
your
it, so I'm just going to do it by myself.
Well, what's your plan?
Okay, so I say some of us break off, find out where these guys drink, spike their punch, and then when they go back inside the barracks, we barricade them in with all their dead bodies and everything else, and we'll fire the place along with the wagons.
I don't know if I can condone murdering. I know that they're mercenaries, but that tells me that they're doing it
that's
for
what
the
I
money
thought.
and not for the grossness. I'm all down for burning the mummified corpses because I think that's weird. And
Okay, then we'll. Okay. Version 2.0.
Okay.
We wait for him to go out drinking for the night. Then we fire the place. Still gets rid of all the stuff, but we don't kill everybody.
Fire the missiles.
What if?
Not as fun though.
What if we make some sort of diversion that gets them out of the warehouse? Like they think.
No, because the halfling guy told you guys that they all go out drinking at night.
I'm just saying that they could just be making paint. Mummy brown paint is a thing, guys. What if they're not doing something wild with it? You know?
Like dead bodies is
Asborn.
Have you seen what the British have done?
Asborn.
They've done.
Asborn. Where have you been?
You don't know about mummy brown paint? There used to be a lot of mummies in Egypt until the British.
Where's Egypt? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. What if they're making paint?
I don't think that that's what they're doing. I understand your point.
What is
but I don't
wrong
think that
with
that's what
you?
they're doing. I
I'm
think
just
that they're using the
me
bodies
eating on
for
my cheese.
nefarious purposes. And
Did you eat too
I am
much
on board with
cheese?
Tobias.
I am pretty gassy.
What would they, what would
Okay, well, you
they-
can maybe sit this one out there, pal.
Hold on,
so,
Veltus, what was your question?
I was just saying, what would they need bodies for? Like,
Reanimating them? I don't know.
that's terrifying.
maybe that's what they make, and they put those bodies inside those metal things, and
the terror engine.
Exactly what I'm saying. I'm
But
down with
they
Tobias for
needed
torching the
blood,
place.
didn't they? And dead mummy bodies don't have blood in them.
Mummies wouldn't have blood in them.
They're all dry and
what are you
shit.
talking about?
He's
Mummified
saying that they
bodies don't
would
have
turn the
blood.
bodies into the terror engines.
No, not the tear engines. They maybe turn them into those golem things that attacked us. Who knows?
No, aren't those constructs?
I don't know what they are. Do you know what they are?
I don't know. My magic is all
Metal
nature
monsters?
magic. I don't know undead magic. I don't know qualish magic.
Look.
So these are the same people that had the black stone things, right? And the black stone things created the
Yes.
portal to the other.
And Sam heard him
That
talking about they can't lose these wagons. They can't lose this stuff.
Right.
We need to lose this stuff for them.
Sure. Definitely need to do that.
So torch it and run away.
And just don't care just like torch it and run away and then wash your hands with the whole thing.
No, but you know,
I
I don't want to be around when the investigation happens.
Or
So
like,
what are
you don't care what it is,
Tyson-
we just torch it and go.
What are Thyson and Asborn doing during this time? Because Tyson's been
Asborn's
identified.
Bumped his head.
Dyson hasn't told us that he was identified.
Asborn thinks this is a paint store. So there's something definitely wrong with him. He ate too much cheese. He's got cheese-itis.
I got cheese
Was
on the mind.
Asborn going to the caravan with us?
I don't know.
I was still sitting with Dyson. No one called
Dyson's
me.
asleep. Click.
Tyson, what are you doing?
I'm right here.
Just hanging out, Don't say anything. I had nothing wrong.
I see Tobias pass by, right? I'm just gonna start following him.
Yeah, you see him in his dwarven form. So you can follow him.
Dwarf biased.
Fleshy mouse.
So Thyson, you watch as Asborn is now following the dwarf form that is Tobias.
Asborn is, I mean, not Asborn. Tobias is Roscoe Stoneballs.
Yeah, so now I'm just gonna chill and wait for them to kind of like meander out of the place.
Meander out of what?
The warehouse.
Give me an insight check as you kind of keep an eye on the place. And after your telepathic conversation,
Because I'm thinking they're not going to because of what happened inside. But, you know, give them benefit of a doubt. Give them a little while here.
Sure.
Insight. So I got a whopping 11.
11?
Yeah.
Just kind of watching and keeping an eye on the place. There's no real change in the activity other than there's kind of a bit more. There's at least a dozen more aspect guards that are circling the place.
Mm-hmm.
The wagons are being loaded up quicker. And it looks like a caravan of about 24 wagons are beginning to form up.
Do I see any mechanics working on the caravans?
You do see carpenters and tinkerers working on some of the wheels that would be being quickly fixed or prepped for the journey.
I wonder if I can mass suggestion them to
Fuck up the
Okay.
wheels.
fuck
So-
up the wheels.
No. See, this is what I was thinking. I take a little bag of that stuff and hang it underneath the wagon. When it splashes through the water, it causes it to start on fire. All the wagons catch fire when they go across some like a puddle or, you know, some kind of like water area.
The only problem with that is that when the first one went over it, the rest of them would stop. What we could do, I'm down for that, because what we could do is I could create water underneath and just
There you go. Yeah. And then I'll pour the rest around the entrance, and then you just fire it. Hit it with water, and then it fires up. If they don't come out, they don't come out. We're gonna have to, you know, they're mercenaries. They knew what they got themselves into.
In this warehouse, how much collateral damage to the surrounding area does it look like it's going to cause? How close are the other buildings?
There's residential areas that surround it within about 10 feet or so. It's built purposely in just this kind of this like dense lotted area that's surrounded by these single and 2-story residential structures.
Guys, I know I'm supposed to be the one.
Only the open corral where all the wagons are arranged and being worked on is the only space that's not near residential.
Guys, I know I'm supposed to be the one that has the history of like killing dozens or
Get to the
hundreds
point.
of people. I really don't feel comfortable lighting this warehouse on fire. It's going to cause a huge fire in all of this.
Oh, don't worry. You won't light it on fire. We will.
I'm not comfortable with the party doing that, with the group, with all of us, with any of us. I don't want to light this warehouse on fire because it's going to.
Sometimes you have to sacrifice the few to save the many.
So we don't.
Yeah, I
necessarily
did
need to
that,
light the
and people
warehouse on
called me a
fire.
murderer and tried to stab me in the back. So no, I don't think this is a good idea.
Right, so we don't need
I've
to light
been
the warehouse on fire.
destroyed.
We need to destroy the cargo. That's not the right word.
The
we
caravans.
need to destroy the goods.
So you guys can take a perfectly good plan and fuck it up.
It was not
I don't
a
understand it.
good plan.
That's
It was
all we
not a
do is we
perfectly
fuck
good
up plans.
You know what?
Literally all we do.
You're right. You all just go to bed. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wander
not
around
going
and think
to bed.
about this. You guys all go to
No, you're
bed, and we'll talk about it tomorrow morning.
When they've left, you know, the classes.
I don't even need an insight check.
So-
Tobias.
If we can
How
like get them out of the building, and if we can get like into the building to destroy the cargo. It's not cargo. What is the word I'm looking for?
Dead
Okay, I got a third plan.
Bodies.
Why do I have to risk it for the biscuit? That's what I hate about this damn party. All right. So I can sneak in, plant the fire things around the cargo, and then you can cast water inside, right? And then do it that way.
Asborn and Thyson, you're watching as horses are being hitched up to about 24 wagons.
We need
Just
to
message your mom and say the wagons are headed her way. Whatever.
Well, I can't message her. We can ask Fire to message her, but I
Well,
don't
yeah,
have
Fire
that
message
spell.
mommy. Tell her what's up. She can handle the caravan, and we
Wagons
can
are going
handle
south?
the.
How far away was your mom and her group?
They're in the Estalock lower hills near the span. So they're a good day's journey away from Trostenwald. But they were on foot, although they were pretty fleet of foot, maybe day and a half.
We don't know necessarily where these caravans are going. Like, we assume they're going the way we came, right?
Maybe. I would say anybody staring, like I know Thyson and Asborn are nearby. I would say Tobias would be nearby. Samara, you're up in the upper tier, and Feltish and Fire, you're in amongst the caravan of the kiosks and caravan market area. So Thyson, Asborn, and Tobias, give me perception checks really quick.
How good are my eyes? Usually not very good.
Usually my eyelids are closed.
Both in real life and in game.
20, a dirty 30.
Okay.
17.
Okay. Tyson?
Hold on.
Holding.
18.
18.
What is it we're supposed to be holding?
So Thyson and Asborn, you'll notice that the tilted scale emblems have been painted over. And a separate image has been painted on top with a white background behind it, and a black kind of shield emblaze with a golden raven on the front of it. Tobias, as you're watching them gear up the wagons, they are gearing up as if they're going east. They are not heading towards the span. They appear to be heading the exact opposite direction.
Would that be towards the lake?
No, it would be deeper into the Morrow.
Are they leaving like right now?
As long as the telepathy is going on, I
don't know
would
how long
say. I would say you got about 10 minutes left on the telepathy at this point.
Okay, so then I'm going to say, does it look like they're leaving right now?
It would, for Tobias, yes. It looks like they'll be geared up and ready to leave in about 15 to 20 minutes.
Do you think, is there like a lot of security around the wagons, or it's like just kind of out there and the people are
There
walking by?
are at least 24 guards.
Shit.
We can't invisible you. You're little. You could sneak underneath the caravans and
Light them up one at a time.
Well, I
Yeah.
was thinking if I fill the packs up, we can give them to Pepper. She could drop them one in each of the wagons, and you could water the wagons.
So my only thing is, I thought I have control water. I don't have create water. One thing I do have though is control weather. I can make it rain.
Or you can just pull moisture from the ground.
Perfect.
Rain is a good idea.
Make it rain, and then we could do the warehouse too.
So if you put them in strategic places, I can make it rain.
Tobias, we don't want to do the warehouse.
Okay, yeah, I heard you, Fire. No warehouse. Gotcha.
But did all of the dead body
Tobias, give me a
crates
stealth
get
check as
taken
you head for the warehouse.
from the warehouse?
No problem. We'll do. Perfect. So that's 27.
Did all of the dead body crates get removed from the warehouse, put onto the caravan, or are they still some in the warehouse?
They were still busy loading and unloading up to the point that they're now hitching horses.
I mean, it
There
doesn't
could
look
be
like they're
some.
putting just rocks in the caravan. It looks like there are body-sized
Yeah, it just looks like
boxes.
they're just crates of various
crates.
sizes. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
small, medium, large, being loaded up in these wagons.
They have babies in
They're
there.
just
Baby
filled
mummies.
with dead people.
Oh,
They could have baby mummies in there. I mean, I carried around baby mummies for
Sure
quite a
did.
while.
That's right.
You sure did.
It's unfortunate.
I like the raining idea. I like this idea.
Okay.
This is a good plan.
Yeah.
I don't.
if we can get little fire packages on each of the caravan.
So I'll cut up the bag so you get little, like, a nice little bag, size little bag of each. It's pretty powerful stuff. So I'll make how many caravan wagons are there?
24.
Hey.
24. You think like one cask would do that?
I think one cask for 12.
Okay.
Because they're
You got
pony
your casks.
kegs. I mean, they're...
I know, but I so much wanted to burn down a building today, but whatever.
Caravans are more important.
Okay, so I'll make the bags up, and then I'll give them to...
Suddenly in all your head, silence as the telepathy fades.
Can I spend another 10 to recast it because it's a ritual cast?
We all have to be
They're leaving.
together.
You're in the nook. Fire and Feltish are in the market square, or in the market area. Thyson, Asborn, and Tobias are out in front of Bibliots.
Within range, and range is 30 feet. Okay.
All right, Okay, I'm going to go to the building with the bags. I'm going to have the little individual bags of stuff. And I'm going to go... Is there buildings around that building?
Mm-hmm.
Where I could get on the roof of the building?
Not taller than the building, no. Most of the residences around it are single-story, kind of simple buildings. There are a couple that are two-story, but wouldn't get you higher. There's a couple that would get you even to it.
Well, I'm going to see if I can get to the building and climb up the building. And I'm not going to look like... I'm just going to be in my rat form with my cloak on.
Playing D&D. Oh.
With my hood over me, so it doesn't... maybe I look like a halfling, so...
So you're dropping your dwarven form and you're back in your Tobias form?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you make yourself look like a different rat?
I put a cloak on with a hood. Fuck.
It was one of my favorite disguises.
Well, I mean, at this point, no one else can talk to you, so you don't even have to respond to them.
Oh, good. Okay, thank God. I'm tired of telepathy.
Yeah,
Nobody needs to know what I'm thinking.
Nobody wants to know what you're thinking.
What exactly are you trying to accomplish?
Especially about the Bright Queen.
Tobias?
So I'm trying to get on the roof above the wagons. Then stealthily, I want to drop the bags into the wagons.
Okay. As you formulate this plan, go ahead and give me investigation as you study the route that you think you want to take. You're looking at the wagons and you're putting this plan together in your mind.
17, 18, 19, 20, 30.
Okay. So the wagons are covered, first of all. They're canvas covered or tarpaulin covered.
Right.
With crates that were put in the back, and then the gates were closed behind them.
Right.
They're about halfway done hitching up most of the horses. It looks like they'll probably be done within the next 10 minutes or so. With the amount of guards and everything, your best path is to go far right, use some of the crowds of people shifting in and out of the North Ward, and try to use that as a way to sneak into the corral section where the other wagons are parked.
Okay.
And then possibly get to the building that way. So give me a stealth check for starters as you begin this process.
Okay, so that's going to be I think a 23. Yeah, 23.
All right. You blend in with the crowd. You follow the crowd over to where the staging ground is for all the wagons, and you kind of blend. You stop and you wait for about 4 guards to go by, and you quickly run over to the edge of the building. It's now early evening, so there's a lot more shadow. The torchlight and lantern light here kind of flickers and casts back and forth in such a way that you can easily make use of that. You're now at the corner of the building, and no one seems to have noticed you yet.
Okay. And there's no wagons around me right now.
No, because you're at the corner of the building. All the wagons are further out getting prepped or parked over in the corral.
Okay, I'm going to climb up the building onto the roof.
Give me acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatics. I'm awesome at that. So it's going to be a 15, 16, 20. Oh, I'm sorry. I should just do that. 25.
Okay. You climb up the first and second story. You're now on the roof. The roof is a thatched roof. It's not very well kind of made. But you're light enough of foot, you don't have to worry about it. Had anyone larger than you come up here, they probably would have fallen through the thatching.
Okay. I'm still careful though. I still careful about
you're
where
on the
I
edge
put
of the
my
roof
foot.
looking around. You can see about 3/4 of the wagons have been hitched up. They're still continuing to load. You watch as 6 more people come out of the lower section of the first floor and kind of, the doors stay open. More crates are being brought out. You're watching as other wagons in the corral are now being pulled out and getting prepped. They're either painting over the tilted scale insignia or in the process of putting tarpaulins and covers over the wagons. There's a sense of hurry here. Like, for whatever reason, you feel like a fire has been kind of lit under their ass to get things done quicker.
Yeah, a Sam fire. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go for it and see if I can drop some of those little fire bags down onto each into the.
So the wagons are about 40 feet out away from the building.
Frickin' frack.
So you could try to toss them.
I guess I could try to toss them.
Give me a D20 and add your dex modifier to it.
All right.
Or add your to hit modifier because you're skilled enough at this. You can be slightly proficient in
19, 20, 33. 33?
Yeah. And describe for me what the bags look like. How big are they? And
so they're about the size of a small coin pouch.
Okay.
They're made of muslin, real porous type, but able to hold that in. But yet it would absorb water, the material that would absorb water. And then I'm just going to...
As you toss it, it lands right on top of one of the center wagons.
Okay. I'm going to try a couple more and see if I can get them in different wagons.
Go ahead. Keep rolling for me.
Yeah. 40, 50, 60, 18.
18. That'll land on another wagon.
Okay. 22.
That'll land on a third wagon.
Okay. 9. 6. So that's a 19.
That'll land on a fourth.
Okay. 11. Okay, sorry. 16 and so 26.
That'll land on a 6th wagon. So 6 interdispersed wagons.
Okay.
Have these small flammable explosive pouches on their tarpaulin tops.
Okay.
You hear something, and from your vantage point, you look behind you. Somebody has opened a roof or a trap door on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as about 3 or 4 small goblins pull themselves up onto the roof. They've got daggers and swords out, and they seem to be looking around.
I'm gonna hide
on the roof. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Shit. Okay, so that's gonna be stealth. To 20.
Ready, 20. So you find a loosely bundled of thatch that's partially separated from one of the beams.
Mm-hmm.
And you quickly kind of dive into it and hook your arm around the beam and you pull some of the thatch over you. You hear their webbed feet kind of walk nearby. They kind of look over the edge and they look around. They wander off to the other edge, back over and around. There's a foot about 6 inches from your face, and it's got a big old pussy wart on the heel.
Oh, come on. Why me?
And as it kind of shifts on the rafter, it ruptures the wart, and the yellow-green...
No, that does not happen.
Hey, I rolled for it. It happened. No. They're just kind of lingering for a moment.
That's
Look,
fine.
you can see their feet on the rafters, and you kind of just hold your breath and you stay hidden.
Like it's like that thing when you're a kid where it's like if I don't see them, they don't see me. If I don't see them, they don't see
And
me.
for those of you down below, Thyson and Asborn, no sign of Tobias yet. Samara, you don't have the ability to communicate with anyone right now.
Could I send Pepper out though, and I could just warg through so I could at least see what's going on?
You're pretty far from the lock ward, so you could have him report back to you if you wanted to. Otherwise, you'd have to get closer to the lock ward to be able to work through. Feltish and Fire are over in the market stalls, busy kind of blending in and examining the goods. For Thyson and Asborn and Tobias, the three of you here, move them out, load them up, let's go. And you hear the caravan begin to lurch forward while these goblins are still kind of lingering on the roof. And you can hear the sounds of the caravan kind of making its way into the center of the lock ward and eventually onto the main drag of the North Ward as they're now heading to the opposite side of town in the direction of possibly the eastern regions of the Morrow. And it's just the sounds of 24 carts and guards and horses just trundling through the North Ward at this point. Eventually the goblins leave. You hear the door close.
Okay.
You poke your head out. The caravan is mostly shifted away, and it is moving away from the building and off in past the market district. Fire and Feltish, you notice as the caravan is now moving by and through the market district. Samara, since you're in the northward, Pepper would be near you now and immediately indicates you that a 24-cart caravan is leaving the North Ward.
Would Pepper have seen that he had dropped the little satchels on it or no?
Too dark. I'm not even sure you would know when he did it because the telepathy had already dropped.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to where the goblins came out. What?
So I put goblins. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger?
I was a pustule for you.
So what do you? So Thyson and Asborn, you watch as the caravan's leaving. Feltish and Fire would have seen it coming through the market stalls that are now beginning to close down for the evening. Tobias, you're still up on the roof watching the caravan leave through the market stalls.
Yeah. Really pissed off right now. So I'm going to go back to where those goblins came out of the hatch of the roof.
Okay, you walk over there. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Milton Bradley's new game. 21.
21. You can hear voices down below. You can see where a wooden ladder is kind of sticking up into the roof. And you can see just a roof access door that they must have come through. But you can hear voices down below. There's still people there.
Okay. I'm going to go... Let's see. Would I do it? Wouldn't I do it? Okay, I'm going to go over to and drop down to where the windows are and look in and see if there's any, like how Sam described there being a bunch of boxes everywhere. Or is it like
that was
out?
on the first story window. You're up on the roof, so you can see through the second story.
Right.
And from memory, she described the second story as a barracks.
Okay, I'll drop down to the first floor then.
Okay, give me acrobatics as you try to find purchase and footholds to make your way down to the
23. 23.
Okay. You come to a window that's closed, but you can see through it. Most of the crates are gone. There's a few left. There's maybe only a handful of individuals in the process of taking journals that they've been working on and kind of putting them in satchels and bags, and they seem to hand this large bag to a very elderly looking wizard type person, who then proceeds to put the entire large bag into a smaller bag, and then he ties the small bag to his belt, and he begins to leave the area and head out front.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get down and then meld into the crowd and follow the caravan and try to like see if there's anybody like fire or somebody around that I can flag down.
Give me acrobatics to make your way down to the ground.
Okay, so 21.
Okay, and give me stealth as you try to blend back into the crowd.
And it would be a 20, dirty 20.
Okay. All right. At this point, you're near the tail end of the caravan. You can see Thyson and Asborn just lingering in front of the closed merchant general goods store. As you're following
I'll go over to him.
Okay.
Hey, I got some of those bags planted. We need some water.
Get like a well? Should not be that hard.
Oh my God, why me?
What do you want me to tell you?
You guys are giving me a headache. I don't know. Where's everybody else at? Get everybody down.
I don't know.
All right.
I also-
Is there like a water trough around in a bucket?
Give me a perception check as you kind of look around the immediate
I'm
area.
looking around. Oh, that's an awesome. Perception is 11, so that's 20. That's a 30.
So you're just gonna follow them with the
Back
bucket.
over in the my brain is melting on me because I hear baby noises.
Sorry, should I mute it?
No, you're fine. Back in the lock ward, back where the corral was, there was a well that you could see over there. But other than that, you don't see any other sign of troughs or water or buckets or anything near where you're at.
Shit himself? What the?
Tell me when.
What the fuck?
What are you guys doing?
I'm going to the bar.
No one's told me anything.
Feltish
I know,
and
I'm
Fire
shopping.
at the
Where's Sam?
No, so the market's
Oh,
closed.
14 miles
It's
away at an
nighttime.
inn.
You guys are horrible at this.
Where's Fire?
Really bad. Fire and Feltish are amongst the market that the caravan just went through. And the market's now
Yeah.
closing down because it's nighttime.
Right, Tobias, you didn't tell anyone your plan.
I did tell everybody my plan.
You told me you were burning down the warehouse.
No, I didn't. I said I was going to
First
put
of
these
all-
little things on the...
First of all,
Ah!
Tobias, are you going to go look for them in the market? Because you don't.
Oh,
have
sure.
anymore.
It's all fucked up now. Might as well.
Okay, if he's gonna go look for them in the market, I'm gonna ask the queen if I can have my ring of disguise back.
She
and
takes
then
it
I
off
can-
and hands it to you.
I'll polymorph myself into like a bird or something to go fly over there real quick, and then when I unpolymorph, I'll be disguised. Yes.
Okay, so that's what you start doing.
Okay.
Just give me a general stealth check, just so I know how careful and cautious you're being as you do this.
My general stealth.
Yeah, Asborn and Thyson just see a cloaked figure of halfling size grabbing their head and kind of like muttering to themselves.
Oh shit! What was that? I'm gonna. That's a 5. 5.
5?
Yes.
Okay.
Throw that dice away.
I
You got the worst rolls tonight. OMG.
3 natural ones.
3 natural 1. Throw those away and get 2 new dice.
Yeah, it's not going well.
These are all the dice that I currently have in dice jail right now.
A couple more need to go in there.
The first thing you notice is that a series of archers kind of point and see you, and they kind of bring their bows up like they're going to try to take a shot, and the other guy kind
I'm a
of
little sparrow.
shakes his head. And it's unusual to see a sparrow in this area during the season, so they just thought they were about to take a pot shot at you, but they decide against it because the arrow could come down into the crowd. And they just kind of laugh, and they have tankards in their hands as they're walking in the streets. Looking down, you can see the midsection of the caravan passing right underneath you. You can see Thyson and Asborn lingering outside of the billbots, and you can see a small halfling-looking figure with a cloak just kind of storming around where they are. And
That's
you
the
can
one I'm
see
heading for.
Fire and Feltish are,
Watching the caravan
yeah, just kind of,
surreptitiously.
yeah, as it goes right
Okay.
by
I'm
you.
gonna head for Tobias.
How
Okay.
close is
I
it
need to
the
do
other?
something. I'm gonna look at the horse at the very front of the caravan, and I'm going to hold monster in it so it gets trampled under the caravan, so it will
Oh
cause
God,
a
poor
mass
horse.
disturbance.
Attached.
A
You're
horse.
causing a
is
traffic
horse.
accident.
Yeah, I am literally
The
gonna.
world's
cause
first traffic accident.
I don't think it's gonna be the world's first, but it is.
Well,
a traffic.
the traffic buildup on the I-5 right through the middle of town.
All right, so Asborn, what are you attempting to do?
I am going to hold monster this horse so it gets trampled and effectively stops the caravan.
Okay, the front and the midsection are mostly by you. The only available portion of the caravan near you would be the rear section of the caravan.
Get to the front.
Can I dimension door to the front by walking into the alley? That's
Yeah,
around
it'd be 500.
feet.
Yeah, 500 feet would put you on the other side of the market.
Mhm.
Give me a dex save because you're not really familiar with that area.
Just gonna just fall into them. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Where's my deck?
You'll
save?
morph into a barrel in your innards. No, Asborn.
Can I
Oh, Lord,
see
that's not
the
high.
little? Can I see the little
That's a 12.
balls
Okay.
or packets? Can I see the little packets?
No, because you're below the top of the tarpaulin coverings, so
Okay.
you're at ground level. You wouldn't be able to see them. So you're looking at the caravan. Samara, you're trying to talk to Tobias. Tyson's lingering nearby. Asborn is kind of disappeared into an alleyway, and there's a flash of arcane light that those near him would have seen. Feltish, what are you doing?
I'm trying to be inconspicuous and failing probably miserably.
Probably.
Give me either a stealth or deception check. It's up to you.
Well, it's not a great base roll. Let's see, stealth or deception. 12.
12. So, I don't know how much of a coordinated effort this is, but
It's not.
all of you hear at the same time a familiar scream as Asborn, as you come into existence in the midst of the front of the caravan, right under the hooves of the horse. They just immediately run into you and trample into you.
Oh,
You
God.
take 46 points of bludgeoning damage as these horses are freaked out. They rear up and stomp down on you. But the front of the caravan screeches to a halt and kind of smack
doing it.
into each other.
Okay.
You're knocked
gonna-
you're knocked onto the ground. Hold on, because we're gonna wrap it up. You're
Oh,
knocked
shit.
onto the ground. One of the tarpaulins shred from somebody falling through the tarpaulin, and you can see a small packet falling with them as they land right inside of a rain barrel at the edge of a shop that is currently filled with water. And you just watch as the packet lands in the water. I rolled 2 natural 20s, people. I rolled 2
That's so
natural
unlucky.
20s.
I'm like, okay, I got a 12, whatever. I'll just like fall off a building or something. I don't mind.
And that's where we're going to
So I'll
finish
roll
tonight.
two
And when we
ones.
come
It's fine.
back,
It'll balance out.
You know,
Well, we-
it's okay. Finally, something happened, guys. Finally, something happened.
and when we come back next week, we will see what shenanigans and outcomes come from this.
Oh, I gotta make notes.
It's gonna be great. Everything is fine.
You're fine. We're honestly fine. Hey, well,
Chaos ensues. Hey, everybody, thank you for coming out. Mark Songs, thank you for hanging out with us. That was really nice of you. I also believe Paradox dropped in. Always good to see Paradox come by. We also saw Swamp Thing give us a little rule clarification. And he actually had a really good idea for the difference. He says, the way I remember the difference is wild shape, you are copying the creature. Polymorph, you are becoming the creature. That way, whenever you wild shape, I know you retain your wisdom and intelligence. That way I won't get that confused. That is a really clever way of doing that. So we will be back here. Well, we won't be back here again until probably next Monday for Pike's Promise. We will be over at the D&D Club. We'll be at Lawfully Chaotic. I'll be back here tomorrow and Thursday, possibly doing some pop-up world creation. So if you want to just kind of listen in and make fun of me while I do that, I'll be doing that for the next couple of days. Got a lot of writing to do. So other than that, be safe, be kind, play a game. It's important for your mental health. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night. Sorry, we're a bunch of fuck ups.
man, I just want to like, can I just dimension door it? Sure, roll a deck save. Oh, a 12, not that bad, right? Nothing's gonna go wrong. Nothing's gonna go wrong, right?
Wrong.
You're
Everything's
getting
going
trampled.
wrong.
You're getting trampled to death right now. What about it? It is okay.
I could
This
not
is what-
believe that I legit rolled 2 1s when rolling advantage.
That was crazy.
Scatter.
What is the freaking percentage of that happening?